Hello, everyone, and welcome to Rep RPG. Tonight's is usually Vampire tonight. We're missing our lovely Meg, and so that means that I cannot play Gem as good as she could ever do it. So we have to wait for the greatness to come back. So Meg, if you're watching or listening now or live or later on, we miss you. Wish you were here. So instead, we're gonna do a one shot of D&D. But before I tell you about the game tonight, we usually just go to Pixie. Cody, do you want to tell us about?
Cody's in charge now.
Tell us about Rep RPG.
When he's on screen,
Sure. Welcome, everybody. We're Random Encounter Productions. We are primarily a tabletop role-playing game channel. We have a third-party game that is running on Friday nights currently for D&D 5e that we've asked all of our players to go and find books not published by Wizard of the Coast, published by other people and entities, and we're trying to spotlight other creators in the community. We also play some video games. So on Thursday nights, we usually do Gloomhaven, and we also have another TTRPG, Endless Wonder, which is usually on Wednesday nights. This week's schedule is a bit different. We are downing some shows to go to a convention, and I'll probably be playing Diablo throughout that time. So it'll still be a good time. Come hang out with us. And Vampire usually here on Tuesday nights.
But so Kat and I will be at that convention.
And where is that convention?
In South Carolina, in North Charleston, South Carolina. This weekend, we drive out on Friday. Come see us and get some dice and some pins and some stickers. Oh my, it's gonna be a good time. We're excited. Come see if we hate each other after a 6-hour car drive and a 2-hour load-in.
We might not talk to each other for a week. That's the worst that'll happen.
Just cool down.
I think we've had enough of each other for a few days.
Step away for a minute, it's fine. But I'm excited about that.
Now that I played a little bit of Diablo 4, I can speak today, I promise. I played a little bit of Diablo 4 before we jumped on here today, and now I want to do a Diablo 4 one-shot. Just like you against waves of demons.
What class did you make?
I toyed around with Sorcerer for a little bit, and then I made a Barbarian to see how that felt.
Nice.
I usually do Necromancer, but I just rumor is not great. Don't pick one right now.
They had a debuff after the server slam.
That's what I heard yesterday. It was rough too.
It's still like I think they just did an update. Like they're still working it out. And honestly,
my Necromancer is perfect and has done nothing wrong ever in her life. Thank you.
But like summoning,
isn't that what I built as well?
Summoning the skeletons is amazing.
Oh no, barbarian. I rolled a barbarian.
Yes.
That was it. Yeah. Sorry, we just talked about that. Carry on. Sorry.
Yeah.
But
yeah, go ahead.
We're good with intros. I think we're good with the channel intro. Do we want to do self intros or?
Yeah, well, we're kind of do what we've
character?
been doing on Vamp is like, hey, I'm Caitlin. I'm gonna play blah blah blah.
Yeah.
And all the things that you do as well.
Got it.
So for the audience, I told the cast a little bit before this. This concept comes from a book I was writing years ago, and the kind of background lore of that setting. Specifically the background that led to the birth of my main character. Because I like traumatizing all my main characters. How about you?
That's not a thing any author does ever. What are you talking about?
No. And since I'm not currently writing, I have to traumatize my players. But this background, what we do tonight, is the very beginning intro to the story. But a little bit of background on the world as our players know it. The year in our world that we currently live in as players, Earth, 2023. If you could peer into the world that is Earth 2023, you wouldn't recognize it. In some places, forests have retaken the world. And in some places, hellfire itself scavenges life along the land. Dragons fly overhead. Krakens feast on anyone brave enough to go into the sea. That is our world right now. Y2K, year 2000, where everybody on Earth either thought about the world ending, was almost 100% sure that when the clocks flip over on the computer and go to 00, the world is going to end and the economy is going to collapse and the worst things possible. Maybe it was Revelations, maybe it was Armageddon, maybe it was this, maybe it was that. There were a lot of things that people believed was going to happen. But 23 years ago, what no one expected to happen is exactly, just as every human knows, exactly what happened. 23 years ago, the humans looked up to the stars one night as an astrological or atmospheric phenomena began to spread and spread further from a singular point in the night sky, as if the waves of an aurora borealis instead originated from a pearlescent ball in the sky. Instead of waves winding, shaping tendrils or vines slowly spread across the entire sky until the entire view of it looked to have been covered in an oil slick. Then the portals began. And for a series of months, they came. Peaceful, warlike, curious, they all came. The myths of humanity. Portals in the seas brought forth krakens that took out entire naval fleets. The skies were alight with the flames of dragons declaring superiority over the skies. Beings from hell itself walked and stalked our world. Death had come. But so had magic. When the portals came, not everyone or everything that came through was evil. And after a short period of mistrust, it was proven that those who wielded magic against common enemies would be better treated as friends. And instead of an invading nation, they were looked at as subject matter experts. Similarities in that thought process branched out into, some might say, entertaining ways. The subject matter experts of lore soon found out that we had subject matter experts here already. Librarians, Tolkien fans, TTRPG players, and all sorts of just nerds joined the Lorians, the people from this land now collectively known as lore, with a whole plethora of new ideas and knowledge that proved to be actually beneficial. When Lorians knew how to run and hide from threats, not study and socialize with them, the Hearthers, or the Home Earthers, proved to have theoretical knowledge, at least, of weaknesses, strategies, goals, and strengths of a lot of these potential threats. Books of fiction were scoured for potential knowledge in a war that came from all fronts at all times. The world had become overrun, and direct attacks on these portals proved less than useless. Explosions that were launched through the portals only led to attract even deadlier threats. Our world's militaries fell nationwide, worldwide, or they adapted and took on new recruits. Missiles were no use once the power plants and electricity failed. Scientific advancement faltered, if not stopped altogether. There came a point in society, in the human race, to leave home and never come back. It's a very strong emotion to return home, to stay safe, that is born and raised and nurtured into every single human. The safe place is home, wherever you choose that home to be. The portals began to close. And the Harthers had a decision. To stay in this hellscape, barely surviving, or try to make their way into this new land. Become outsiders. Out of the entire human population on Earth, only 30 million people worldwide got through these portals before they collapsed. Those are the Harthers. Those from Hearth, home Earth, to this land of lore. Where we find ourselves 23 years later. And when you wake up, each and every single one of you realize you are not where you fell asleep. But you're comfortable. You're not restrained. But you're not home. So I'm going to go ahead and have you guys introduce yourselves. You tell me who you are, who you're playing tonight, what kind of stuff do you do, and your character's visible reaction to realizing that in the moment.
And like what we look like? Are we doing?
Yeah.
Yeah. Good. Cool.
Cody, you want to take us away?
Yeah, sure, absolutely. So Hunter is a definitely has kind of a weathered outdoor skin. He's about in his mid-30s. His brownish hair is a little sandy blonde on the parts that kind of poke out from his out from under his hat. He has sort of a kind of modern looking hat, fedora like hat that looks a bit beat up. And as he's waking up, he's laying flat on his back. He has some leather armor on his bag, propped under his head as like a makeshift pillow. Sort of long outdoor coat, black with sort of brown and greenish stains, like grass stains, bark stains, that sort of thing. And he's sleeping with just his hands like right over his chest, like coffin style. But in them are his in one hand is a sort of ornate pistol, and the other is a short dagger. And he just sort of like he realizes the floor is different, and he just kind of turns his head enough that the hat starts to tip to one direction, to ever so slightly look around and see where he has ended up and what exactly is happening at the moment. He doesn't move much more past that. It's a very cautious kind of maybe play dead if I need to slow.
As you look around, you've heard of rooms like this, circular, definitely some spell work, jojo on the floor. And there's beds around you. You realize you're sleeping. Do you sleep in a bed, or do you sleep
on occasion? I mean,
okay.
I mean, definitely
like,
have.
Do you have a bed?
I don't think I have a permanent bed. I think there are some because there are cities in lore, right? Or at least larger. Yeah. So, monster hunting and investigating is oftentimes out in the wilds, but occasionally.
Is that where you fell asleep at the night before?
That's where I fell asleep yesterday.
And last night. The first thing you realize is that you're laying on a hard stone floor.
Yeah.
The first thing you see are those sigils and runes carved on the floor.
Mm-hmm.
You see beds around you in different positions, all kind of around this summoning circle.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
This has happened to you before when you were requested or paid really, really well to go hunt.
Yeah.
But there's people in these beds. You look to your left. Matthew, who are you, and who are you playing tonight?
My name's Matthew, and I'm here on Rap RPG sometimes. So, you know. And tonight I am playing Christopher Wiles. He looks like an average dude. I'm not gonna lie. He's in his mid 40s. And he is wearing, at the moment, wearing a t-shirt and some pajama shorts. Because last he knew, he was in bed with his wife Giselle.
Yeah.
So he's in like just a t-shirt that had like a band t-shirt, and now of course that I've said that, you're gonna ask me what fucking band is on this shirt.
What was it?
And
What was
Matthew
his
doesn't.
favorite band? Is it a band shirt from Earth, or is it a
yeah.
band shirt from like maybe cover bands over here playing on
No,
loops or playing in like
no,
Britney
it's
Spears
like
on loops?
it's a ratty old shirt because it's now 23 years old.
Yeah, it's his favorite
That he
shirt.
would have ooh. Hold on.
Is he a big Motley Crue fan?
Yeah.
I love how you
No,
keep making things that you have to name and things
I
that
know.
you have to name.
I know.
Oh, we're
No,
getting there
so-
too. Don't
So
worry.
he has a Backstreet Boys shirt on because he and his wife went to one of their concerts right before Y2K happened.
Yeah.
And,
Was Giselle a big fan of the Backstreet Boys?
oh God, yeah.
Yeah.
Just
Were you more
like
of an NSYNC
everybody. Listen, man, Backstreet Boys are pretty good. But he still has that, and that's one of his like. He has just kept it with him the entire time, just to remind him of home. There are few things that people have still that remind them of Hearth.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's just in a ratty Backstreet Boys shirt and some pajama shorts. And the first thing he notices as he wakes up is that his back hurts because it's not the bed he's used to sleeping in. And he's like, what the fuck is this? And then he kind of like rolls over to try and see.
The funny thing is, it is your
is.
bed. But that extra weight that is usually in
It's
bed with
just-
you
It's
is
just on
not,
the floor somewhere.
is not there. You reach over, you look over, because there is that, that weight shift in a bed of, no other person, and you feel for a second that your wife isn't there. You roll over. What's your little name for Giselle?
Giselle. or Babe. One of the two. I
Take you down
don't.
the same thought process.
Her
that I had.
nickname is not Jizzy Sway.
Coward.
I just said it was really hard to shorten that name down, and Cody was like, "L." I was like, that makes more sense.
No.
I'm a
so it's
soda, not a pop fan.
It's Giselle.
But you look over, and across your shoulder, the bed is empty. It's your bed. The bed is empty, and you look over, and there's just somebody in that bed.
Okay.
And Kat, what bed? Who are you? What do you do? Who you playing tonight? What's your bed look like?
And whose bed are you in?
You're in your beds. You're just separate beds in a summoning circle, okay?
Hi, I'm Kat, and I'm here, and I'm also on Indigo Chameleon a lot, so come check us out. We play vampires and D&D and all that jazz. I'm playing Miss Rhea Sunshine, and she is a druid, and she is just a little sunflower brought to life. She usually sleeps in a little hammock she got in her room because she argued with her mom for like 3 years. She could have a hammock instead of an actual bed, and they finally gave in. So she has a little hammock that she has druid crafted little like flowers and vines on. So it's really cute. And she is about 5'1", long, super long brown hair that because she's sleeping, it's braided. And she has like tanner skin and little freckles that look like sunflower seeds.
And when you're in your room, do you share your room with anybody else?
No.
Okay. Well, never mind. Because when you look over, that's what takes you by surprise, is that you look over and you know that bed. You know that face. How did she get her bed in my room? And then you look, and it's not your room. This isn't your room. But whose face do you see? Pixie. Who are you and what do you do? And who will you be playing tonight?
Hello, I'm Pixie. You can find me at Chaos Pixie Magic everywhere across the internet and also in person this weekend. Thank you. At IncredibleCon. Variety streamer, cozy gamer, TTRPG world builder, and fantasy writer. All the things. And tonight I am playing Bex, cardcaster from E5 Insider, third party.
Really excited to see how that goes.
Very excited.
You have to say your name's Beck Sunshine. That's your last name now.
She refuses to acknowledge any. As a matter of fact, when jokingly asked to adopt that, as she is the exact fucking opposite. She has addressed herself moodily as Bex Midnight.
Bex Nightshade.
Bex Nightshade, any of those. She has short, naturally wavy, not curly, jet black fucking hair. She is pale. She is a Lolita doll, big eyes, black hair, porcelain face, of rage.
Of rage.
She looks very small, very petite, and very gentle, and then you piss her off and she's none of those things. Or you mess with her sister and she's none of those things. Fully underestimated a lot when she got over here, but she is very she's about 4'11". Okay. She is a small human. And she will still murder you. No questions asked. She is and she's wearing, even to sleep, if she was in bed to sleep, she is wearing like Matthew's character, you think it used to be, it is still a little large on her, like it was someone else's at some point, this over large Spice Girls t-shirt that has just been, worn and loved and prestidigitated over and over and over again to keep it new.
Keep that shit clean.
But it is still there's only so much magic can do. It's 20 years old. It's but it is still it is the night shirt and and little black shorts underneath. And like any proper witchy goth girl, she still wears all her jewelry to bed. So she still has piercings in and the chokers on, and these things that she some of which are Lorian fashion, and some of which are modeled after the way her mom used to wear her jewelry, that she remembers little flashes of. And for a few years after they came here, because she was 4 when the event happened, and she shifted here, so she remembers little bits and pieces. And their parents were raising a kid in the 90s through the millennium. They were in that era of crimped hair and blue eyeliner and all these things. Hi Bex, my character's name is Bex. I need you to know that. And yeah, 100% Bex Nightshade is what she fucking calls herself.
Can we have matching nose rings, and yours the sun and mine's a moon?
Because they're each other. Yes, because they're each other 100% she can.
Perfect, thank you.
Yeah, it's the one sunshine thing she has is the little nose ring.
It's the only piercing I have.
You also realize now we have to do that in real life because I'm obsessed with that idea now, correct? You realize you accidentally instilled in me a need for a nose ring? That's that.
I can get myself some re-pierced, it's fine.
Oh my god.
Let's go!
So, but yeah.
South Carolina, baby!
She does... No, we're not doing it there. She does, however, immediately panic when she realizes that she's not home. And she
You're not home. You recognize one person, but you also see you're in a circular room of other people in their beds.
her two biggest questions would be, are the rest of her things that are usually on her bed with her, i.e. this?
Yes,
She has that on her.
as you guys kind of wake up, there is a box at the foot of your beds that you don't. It's not a box that you guys have.
A foot locker of essentials.
It's a little foot locker next to your bed, and it is every magical item that is in your home. It's like when you guys got teleported here, you have a little ice box at home that keeps your food cold because, you know, when the Harthers came over, like, no, we like ice.
We taught them about fridges.
You have, you know, one of those. There's a magical Mrs. Coffee, you know, it's the Lorien version, and, you know, it's like weird shit.
I was better before caffeine.
Yeah.
But any of your standard gear that you would need on this mission, but it is not what you went to bed wearing because no one sleeps in their armor.
No. Maybe
Cody.
Yeah, Cody is fully prepared. Cody sleeps in his armor. His
Rhea
name is
is
Hunter.
very-
He is his job.
Yeah.
That would be like if my name was Taro.
Rhea just very slowly reaches over and grabs some vines and starts making herself a little dress because she does not sleep with clothes on. It's like, I make some little vine dress real quick.
She just
It's just like you reach towards the bed,
hammock.
and
if Bex sees that, she just like takes like one of like her extra blankets and just throws it at you. Like,
what is your hammock made out of?
It's made out. Okay, so Rhea wears a lot of dresses and a lot of skirts.
Okay.
But then she wild shapes, and then her clothes tear off. So her hammock
There.
is made of sewed up clothes that she
Okay.
has already
oh my God.
ripped up.
The thread from those pieces seem to come unraveled from sections of this hammock, and then it turns into a knitted version of what you would like to wear for clothes.
I got a little sundress. Everything's
There
okay
you go.
now.
It's a little
Do I
hand sewn.
recognize this summoning circle and the magic used to make it?
You would know enough about summoning circles to know that this is one, but it could be to any summoning circle in the land of lore. But it had to have been cast by a very high magic user.
She, upon realizing her sister is okay and acknowledging there's other people here, just chin bobs at them, immediately jumps out of bed and starts tracing the lines and looking at what the fuck is going on. That's it.
And
She
these-
just immediately like
These little sections of the room, God, click on is how we would think of it, but it's these glass barriers in little sections of this octagonal room at each corner, and they kind of erupt with it looks like a blue magical fire from within, but essentially now you have lights in your room. It's kind of like neon plus magic equals these lovely things. You guys can now see each other very clearly, and you hear footsteps approaching, slow, steady, a little distance off, but making their way down what is a hallway.
Walking fast.
Yeah, walking
Go
slow.
fast. You're in a octagonal room, and one of those sections leads out to a hallway, and that's where you hear the footsteps coming from.
Rhea
DM, sir.
jumps out of the hammock.
The weight that I felt on my bed. Can I look and see if Light Tooth is still there?
Yes.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
He, she,
shut up.
they.
He-
What do we?
he.
He. Okay.
He's a little baby.
Yeah, he's still curled up right next to you where he would usually be.
Okay. With the lights coming on, Christopher's gonna like groggily wipe his eyes and try and like wipe the sleep from his eyes.
This guy so much.
And sit up, and like kind of throw his feet over the edge of the bed and kind of look at everybody else who's here. God, do any of you guys know why we're why we're here? Where are we? What's
You
happening?
usually say hello first when you meet new people, but that's okay. I don't know what's going on.
Rhea,
When
there's
you
not
look
always
over-
time for manners. What have I told you? It's not.
Rhea,
it's
when
not
you
always
look-
time for manners outside the farm.
Just say hello.
when you look over to this man who would even say hello, you see something crawling up from around like the crook of his legs. What does she see?
This is the rest of the episode.
She sees
If we don't get there, we don't get there. It's fine.
She sees a first. She sees a little tongue flick out and then back in, kind of very reptilian like. But then she does see a Actually, she doesn't even see the tongue first because he is sleepy. So he's gonna poke his head around, and she sees a little scaly nose, and then the rest of a scaly face as a very small baby dragon pokes his head around Christopher's lap, and then does a big yawn, and then lays his head on Christopher's thigh.
I'm so sleepy.
Yes.
It's just ungodly. She just does one of these, I bet.
Oh, God. Oh, fuck.
Are we just Wednesday
sorry,
and that other girl, just like as sisters? Are we just
Yes,
Wednesday
we are.
Unlimited?
as sisters? That's
Yep.
our vibes. I need everyone to be aware.
Absolutely, I can also turn into a wolf. Everything's fine.
In real life, it's the other way around. But like here, we're just.
Yeah.
We gotta switch it up every now and then.
Yes, it's so
Yeah.
fun. That's a baby dragon.
Yeah.
What's his
Yep.
name?
He'll like kind of pat him a little bit. His name's Lighttooth.
Kind of like, okay. Ow.
That's the last thing I'll do it. I'm sorry.
Oh, I
No,
was
you're
like,
good.
I'm
Darling,
deaf.
city manners. All right.
And then he kind of just wraps his little tiny dragon foot around his hand as he gets patted.
Sorry, I really like animals, and I've seen a lot of big dragons. I've never seen a baby dragon before. That's very exciting. I'm sorry.
No,
Sir,
you're
I don't-
good. You're good.
Sir, I don't know you. You don't know her, but I have a feeling she's gonna absolutely pop her entire top if you don't let her pet it. Is that allowed?
Whenever he's more awake.
Excellent.
Yeah.
That's so fair. I'm
Yeah.
also grumpy when I'm sleeping. That's
He
so
gets
fair.
a little
And
little playful nip. Stop patting me.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look at the other person in the room and go, hello, you can stand. You don't have to pretend you're sleeping. You don't look like you're sleeping anymore. Hi. Hello. What's your name? Who are you? Oh my
You
god,
are
I'm so
muted.
sorry,
Cody,
dragon.
you're muted, buddy.
You're muted.
Like
Cody.
on actual like Discord.
Yeah,
There we go.
thank you. I
Yeah.
apologize.
Yep.
Yeah, just sort of remove the hat and kind of sit up and take a look around and okay. There's the dragon. Yep. There's the guy that has the dragon. Yep.
Yep.
There are the sisters. Great. And where's the door?
And you see, and
Rude.
about this time, those footsteps have gotten closer and closer, and you see somebody appear, and they are elven, and very androgynous features, wearing a tailored suit, hands behind their back in a formal, not hidden manner. I know this is very confusing. My name is Caloria. You all need to come with me. I don't know how to explain this. You are all part of a prophecy. That's great. It is time sensitive. Fun times for everyone. Great.
I'll lean over to Bex. What's a prophecy?
Latin
And-
things I can see in my cards. It's just a lot bigger.
And you guys who have like knowledge of the Harthers here, this is one of them fucking stories they told you guys about as kids and fairy tales, and then when you come over here, guess what's fucking real? All these damn fairy tales.
Okay.
Do we
Um,
follow her or do I?
Christopher's gonna get up out of bed, and then look in his little footlocker
Mhm.
to look and see what's in there. And he will kind of. Are there regular clothes?
You would
In
have
there?
regular clothes in there as well.
Okay. He will pull out a pair
It's
of.
your favorite pair of whatever favorite, like your casual clothes. So it sucks
Gotcha.
if your favorite clothes is like the sequin gown. It is your favorite clothes.
It's just
No, it's a,
the attachment.
But it's a complete
It
ensemble.
feels it.
It's a sensible pair of khaki jeans.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
Something like cargo
It has
shorts.
so many pockets.
no, they're not
So many
cargo
pockets.
shorts. They're khaki jeans.
I love cargo
And
shorts.
then a button up that he will and then he also has in there, he has a little canteen. A little not a flask and not a canteen. It's like a
Thermos. You said it was
thermos. Thank you.
Thermos,
Yes.
yeah.
It's a little thermos that he
Mhm.
has, and he'll pull it out and look around, see if there's anywhere for him to change.
U-Vlog goes where it goes, and does this.
Unfortunately, there's not a lot of room to change, but you have to say what's on your thermos.
Yes, you did.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. So he'll like pull it out and he'll put it down as he tries to figure out somewhere to change. And you guys see it just says "World's Okayest Dad" on it.
I love him.
And as soon as he puts it down, of course, Light Tooth goes over and kind of nudges it and knocks it over.
Yeah.
It doesn't have
Swings his
anything in
little
it.
tail and just
But
like,
yeah.
It's very much cat-like. Just like, I didn't put that there.
Yeah.
I've never had in my life.
Is the he'll look around, see the others are still there, and then he will kind of go over to the door, poke his. Is the elf still here?
They turned around to take like 2 steps away to kind of give you like at least as amount of privacy from them,
Sure.
to get dressed and stuff. But they're waiting for you to
He'll poke his head out. Is there a bathroom?
get that. Not here. Just kind of put your clothes on and join us.
What the hell? And then he'll go back. There are no
Morning, bro.
bathrooms.
Yeah, Hunter stood up and has the
Ready
bag
to
of holding. Well, kind of like he puts the hat in the bag. He pulls off the overcoat and he's like unsnapping the armor part, and he's putting stuff in the bag, and he's pulling out like not even like a toothbrush, but whatever the magical gel of teeth cleaning is, right? And he's just
yes.
Yeah. So he's kind of doing that, and like he changes, like he's been sleeping in leather all night. You know, it's a. So normally he'd find like a river or a lake or and do this sort of thing, but he's been through this at least once or twice before, and he's like, all right, got to meet the fancy people, got to try not to smell like
magical
blood.
washcloth that you
Yeah.
30 seconds of skin to cloth contact, completely prestidigitize your body clean. You smell fresh.
Yep. So
Bex does noticing the discomfort and the kid at camp trying to change that I imagine Christopher is going through right now. She goes,
Yeah.
She has her 4 cards. She's pulled her 4 cards for the day. The other one's going to. The first thing she pulled out of the trunk was her little hip pouch where her cards always live. She has one of those leg strap purses that like goes on. On the
little thigh holsters.
And she immediately casts Silent Image to give him a curved wall of privacy around. It's just a wall.
Oh, thank you.
You guys now have a privacy room.
Just
Hell
him.
yeah.
I only have the one. Like it's just him. He's
If
the
he
one who
moves,
looks
you can walk
uncomfortable.
around and use it.
He looks uncomfortable. She doesn't give a fuck. She is already topless. She does not care. She is fine. She was raised by her parents were band geeks and groupies and punk. She doesn't give a fuck. You've seen this.
And she does that every time.
You were full fucking naked a minute ago. You sleep in the
Yeah,
fucking
but
nude.
that was in the privacy of my own bedroom, and I'm not in the privacy of my own bedroom anymore. Hey, do you need some water to like clean up? Feels like you need. No, do you need some?
Hey.
Do you? I'm asking because we need to take a shower in the morning.
Fine,
That's
yes.
not me, sure.
Yes.
Okay, I cast create water.
Yeah. So there we go.
You fire hose your sister in this
She's
room.
fine with this. This is
Yeah.
normal. Everything's fine.
I'm helping.
You are. And she does, cause yeah, she had the hip pouch is the hip holster is leather and like made here and like really good quality and everything like that. She does. That's what her bag of holding is the that. But then the outside pocket that's easily accessible is her deck. But she does stuff the t-shirt back carefully in the bag of holding, and her go-to outfit is black leather pants and black combat boots and very much from Hearth, like very much this is the grunge era boots. This is all these things. They last a long fucking time.
Yeah.
Good leather workers could keep these working. I imagine that footwear came to Lore very easily because they could make that happen when they saw our fashion. They went, oh, we can make those. So the boot fashion has just grown in the last 20 plus years here.
The Dwarf Force ones are amazing.
Amazing, exactly. And so it's their Lorian versions, but they're definitely and then she has like a gray button-up shirt that she keeps her sleeves rolled up to here and cuffed up to here out of her way, and a black vest. Everything is shades of black and white and gray to match her deck, which is just this deck. It's all blacks and whites. And so she everything about her is just that. She just gets dressed quickly and ready to go, and shout when you're done. Time drop that wall.
Oh, I'm done. I'm done.
And as you drop, everybody is ready to go. Everybody is dressed finally.
I get my little book out of my bag. I have a little book that has written down all the animals that I've met in my life.
It's very special to you. It would have some personal magic attached to it for sure.
Yeah.
That's so cute.
I keep my sundress on because it's pretty, but I add some extra flowers to it.
Do you have a set of favorite clothes? Like, or if you open it up, are there clothes there?
I usually just go outside and pick what I like and turn it into a little dress.
Yeah. There's a bunch of like that explains all like the dearly departed flowers and vines attached. That was just your favorite clothes that you ever made, but now it's
yeah.
And when you drop silent image, it was silent, as per the name. But that's at the moment that Caleria turns back around. Okay, so I know this is all sudden. I know that looks like you all kind of understand what's going on. You've been summoned here. You've been summoned here. Summoning circle. Do you look Lorian or do you look human?
I don't look human. It's one of those things they're like, yeah, that's a human. And look back around and look back, and everything has changed.
Everything has shifted. And she goes, "You're okay, Harthers. I'm glad you understand that this is a summoning circle. You're adorable.
Thank you.
You guys have all been summoned here. It's about the event. Follow me. Now, when you guys hear the event, that's kind of the name of. No one knows why the portals came, but it was the event. That was always what that night, the beginning night, was called. And as you follow her down this hallway, it's very, maybe 25, 30 feet long. When you look around her, you can tell that it looks like there's a boardroom, or when you walk out and it is a large wooden table that is taking up probably 40 feet of this enormous room. And it is a war table. Maps laid out in geographical form. And you see about there's 7 men standing around this table. And they are moving it with their hands. The image that is being grown and created on this table. And you see just the smallest amount of golden light begin to appear as they start re-driving this image towards that light. Their forms are hooded. Just the tips of gray beards from underneath let you know that those are masculine form. The hands are gloved, but they crackle with energy. And as you enter this room, Caleria looks at you and says, okay. Some of you know how prophecies work in most of your mythologies. You were the second group to come through off this prophecy. If you say no, find another group. But we have a chance to figure out about the event. We have a chance to figure out what happened and maybe stop it. We've been watching you all for a while. There's about 100 of you that could possibly match the prophecy. But it says you must be willing. You could go to Hearth, to Earth, and figure out why the majority of your peoples are here. What happened? Maybe we can stop it from happening.
If you don't mind me asking, you said we're the second group.
Yes.
Where's the first group?
I understand. They are back at their homes. They are.
Oh,
and
they
do
said
not-
no.
One of them said no.
So it's an all or nothing deal.
It is unfortunately an all or nothing deal.
Mm-hmm.
When do we have to go?
Very quickly. The prophecy did not tell us when you could go. Just only who.
You said we could prevent it from happening.
That is completely theoretical, but it is theoretically a possibility.
But even if we found out how it happened or why, it would still be more information than a lot of us have ever had.
Knowledge is strictly what we're looking for unless there's a way to stop this from occurring.
But if we stop it from occurring, we can't have come here, and then if we can't have come here, we can't have stopped it, and what time stuff?
I think we have to go back, Marty. Back
God.
to the future.
And when
I think his name's Christopher.
Yeah, it was a reference.
the two of you guys, Pixie, roll me a d20.
Okay, to see if she knows this fucking reference.
I want to see if you get this reference.
13.
You do not get that reference.
Yeah, no,
you
I
get that
was
it's
like-
you get that it's a Earth like a Harther
I've
reference.
seen older Harthers do this before, and I'm like, oh, for fuck's sake. Like,
Yeah, you've seen like really bad reenactments of like the old school movies. You're like,
Oh, we did on movies like, you know, in Thor, where they're reenacting Thor.
Mhm.
That's Harthers have tried to put on plays of movies like that, and that's what
Yeah.
has happened for years
And it's just
here.
Who
It's
Framed Roger
people-
Rabbit was the worst one they
Oh,
ever did.
horrible.
Star
People
Wars
just
Didn't really
trying-
convey the
all of us.
concept.
Yeah.
They're trying to remember what the lines are.
Yeah.
They just get it way around.
I'm not bad. I'm just animated that way. Like I don't think that was the line.
That's
No,
not
of course
quite
it
right.
was.
Yeah.
But no, they are safe and sound. They're at home. We don't know if you can stop it. We don't know what would happen if you did stop it, other than, at least in a timeline, that world would not be destroyed. But if we could just find out why it happened, then we can prepare for the future in case it happens again. Some of our greatest evils in this world have gone to that and got locked behind it. If those gates open, we have 30 more million humans here to feast upon than they ever did before.
Okay. And he'll kind of look to the others and see what their reactions are.
Ray is just looking at Bex.
Well, the way I see it. If we have a chance of finding out what happened, that's all well and good. But when it comes to strange time magic, if we're gonna undo everything and then forget it ever happened, it won't hurt for very long. Will it?
I won't have a sister.
The most common theories that our chronomancers have decided through their trials of their own. I don't like their magic. Anyway, so besides their own stuff, they do know that there are a lot of different timelines that will be created from this event, of you just possibly going back to that time 5 people in the room behind us will die. It is a requirement for that level to cross dimension and time. But you would be able to return here, and that world would then continue. Our timeline would never change. The you here will always remain here. Their timeline will be allowed to continue. And possibly, we can find out a way to do this spell again without the loss of life. So we could have 2 worlds together. And a few people will have twins for a while.
Hunter kind of wipes the blood from his lip and nose as his nose has started bleeding.
Timey-wimey makes his brain hurt.
Yup.
Yep.
Yeah, it's just sort of.
I got a +1 intelligence. This means nothing to me.
Adorable.
+0 intelligence.
Do you want to go on an adventure?
Yeah.
Oh. Well. Leatherman, you got something to say?
Oh, you guys have beds to go home to. I'm just going back to the woods, so I'm fine with whatever. I'm not going to be the vote that says no. I would like to get paid at some point.
Oh, that's actually a really good question.
About something,
If
which seems really trivial when we're killing like half a dozen people and rewriting history. But if all goes well, just like I don't know, a byline in the credits or something like that.
you will receive financial compensation, possibly beyond. You don't have a bed. Your wildest dreams.
You'll
However,
get a bed.
with the caveats, if we do merge 2 worlds at a later point, that any duplicate of yourself has to share that wealth. We will not double it for the next person or pass it along.
We can't double it and give it to the next person.
We cannot double it and give it to the next person.
Kill your doubles. What? Sorry.
That's the next one shot.
But you will have whatever you would like for the rest of your life.
All right. Well,
I would assume that whether we were born here or born on Hearth, we would know how important this is. Given, we understand the gravity of the situation and how much death and destruction and horribleness there was in the first place. So that our personal risks would feel a little more worth it, financial compensation aside, because we know that this could change everything.
You could have. I don't want to word this because of your own stuff. Your character going back and saving that world. Your parents are still there.
Yes, what I mean is on a grander scale, because she's trying not to think selfishly, because that's a complicated thing, because she has family here now. I'm saying we all know, historically speaking, that this is a big event we can go deal with. That's it.
Because specifically, from your own personal story how much it is worth it to every other Hearther that has ever came here.
Yeah.
Because 30 million out of 6 billion is a lot of stories and family members lost.
Hunter's dressed, so.
Can we get a message back to people if we have them? Here, not there. Here.
Yes. Yeah. I was told you're married.
Yeah.
Your partner will be informed. If this all goes well, before the sun sets tonight, as you look, you can see the sun rising now. You'll be going home. But there is a very real possibility that you may not come home. from this. But if all goes well, we'll know a hell of a lot more than we did yesterday. And you guys will be in those beds most of you will be in your beds at home. You will be on whatever hard rock covered in leaves you wanted to go back to.
Cool. So is there a car or horse and buggy situation?
Are you all consenting to go?
Bex can see the panic in Rhea's eyes, and give us a minute, Chief. And she, like, takes her off to the side of the room. It's gonna be okay. We don't have to do this if you don't want to, but there's a lot of people we could save.
Do you want to do it?
I would like to find out why it happened. I'm not saying we can fix it. I'm not saying reverse anything. We may just come right back here. But there's a lot of... It's when they said it might happen again. I already had to exodus from my world once a really long time ago and lose people, and I don't want that to happen here because I've grown to love it here. If I can stop it from happening in the first place to other people, or stop it from happening again here, that might be worth it.
She'll very hurriedly pull out her book and rip out a page. And she'll write down her name, the farm's name, and lore all in underline, and fold it up and put it in your pocket. Just in case.
Alright. Just in case. She does this. She pulls out one of her cards, actually. It is like what the fuck is it? It's like the Two of Pentacles. It's like the Two of Stars, because it's the two of them. And she does the exact same thing. And hands it back. Just in case. Alright.
Just in case. But it's not gonna happen. We're gonna do this, we're gonna figure it out, we're gonna be rich. Let's go!
Atta girl.
And as you guys all kind of nod in agreement, you see just a weight and relief fall across Caliria's face. Didn't know how many groups we were going to have to get through. I'm glad we only had to do that once.
Choose your lucky number.
Let's hope so. We got a long day ahead of us. And I don't know how long your days are going to be until you're back here.
You got rations in mind for that, by the way?
Ominous, I love it.
Let's talk about that. And you walk around this table. And as you look back and you can finally start to see this glowing sigil floating above this city that you find yourselves in. It's the main city of Lore, built after the event to be a sort of, Harthers would call it a Mecca or Rome of civilization. 30 million new souls in an area can build something very quickly. The sigil looks familiar to you, Matthew, to your character.
Oh.
Roll me an intelligence check.
You got it. Do you want it to just be intelligence, or do you want it to be history?
You can do a history check.
Okay, perfect. Because Christopher was studying to be a professor.
There you go.
Modified 20.
Okay.
I've
You-
never read a book in my life.
It's an older form of Draconic.
Oh, okay.
And to you, the words are probably more ominous than anyone else born on Lore. Because it's an older Draconic to mean multiple words. Horned betrayer. Fire. They have no concept or most of lore has no concept in what Christianity was in home on Hearth, but you being of your age, fire horned, it's draconic. It's like, oh, that's pretty devilish, but it is an older form of draconic, so it would be from people who don't understand that at all.
Gotcha.
What's a Jesus?
What's a Jesus?
Well,
and none of you guys don't get that because you don't speak dragon. And as you guys go across this table and open up the door, you do in fact see the 5 men surrounding this summoning circle. But behind them, you see very prominent figures from every culture. It would be like seeing celebrities. Britney Spears at one table, Christina Aguilera at the other, and there's Eminem. It would be like seeing, that's Benjamin fucking Franklin. That's, oh my god, that's George Washington. It would be like seeing that, but in here for lore. The leader of the human civilization, the leader of the elves, the leader of the dwarves. There are monstrous factions that have their representatives here as well.
If you're telling me Britney Spears didn't make it across and become the leader of the humans, you're fucking wrong.
She's got a bar and grill. That's all she ever wanted to do with her life.
That's fair.
She got through. She got through before any of that.
Are they like? Do they know they're gonna die, right? They have offered
the 5 people, or is it the?
Are you asking this question out loud?
Very quietly to the elf that brought us here.
There he goes. They are aware, and they are, I dare say, excited.
That's a little weird. Okay.
It is. They are studious.
Can I say thank you?
Yes, but don't ask for. Don't stop their chanting or fingers.
She goes and quietly does her druid craft and lays a chrysanthemum and next to each of their feet, which is the flower of peaceful death.
Oh.
Next to each one of their feet.
Okay. And as you stand up from the last one, it's an older man. Older than most humans you've ever seen. And he looks over at you, nods while chanting this. It's almost this dual tone coming out of this older man's throat, but it's barely above a whisper. And he nods at you, winks, smiles a little bit, and goes back to doing his stuff. There are representatives. If you were to know who is the king or the queen of the elves, it's those 2 sitting right there. You all are very well. If you were to know those people, you would know them by face and by name. Including a Harther delegation. So lore had humans to begin with. The race of man they had. But when the Harthers came over, it almost doubled the size of the human population now on lore. And that is a lot of human ingenuity to be mixed together like that. And their nation has flourished in a large way. Some out of novelty, some out of just the stories and wealth of new ideas that have been thought of by a completely differently evolved race. And the humans have 2 delegates. One you can tell are the Lorian humans, the Lorian men. And the other is a delegation, like a secondary delegation of the Harthers. Essentially, it would be like a vice president. Of the Harthers representing the interests of those new humans. And they both stand up. You know, the Lorian human's name is Jonathan. Jonathan Marks. And the Harthers is Cole Cifarelli. And Cole nods. Looks at Caleria. Do they consent? Caleria looks at you. Do you guys consent to go on and do this? Okay. Cole and Jonathan come around this, what looks like an old judge's desk of delegates behind them. They step down and they come towards you guys, walking around the summoning circle. Outstanding. Caleria, if you could. And you hear the doors behind you, these stone doors shut and lock. Whether you like it or not, you will be going through this portal at this point. Your goal.
You put your hat on?
Your goal is to find out as much information as you can about what happened. If you can stop it, you will do your absolute best to. When you come back, there will be an examination. It will be painless. It will be completely magical, non-scientific, non-invasive. For you to give us that information in a non-hostile, I know where you're thinking from. Hi, I'm from Earth 2. I don't want you to think this is a bad action movie. It is completely just letting us see what you saw.
Okay.
Don't do anything weird. Got it.
Do the weirdest thing you can ever do if you think it would stop what happened.
Do we have are we given our equipment yet, or any of
That's
that?
the thing.
Okay.
You guys are going to be funded and sent with everything that our combined cultures could give you in this moment. And he points to a little side room. And there are 4 chests. Anything you might need is in those boxes. The most powerful artifacts that you have ever heard of, and hopefully only the ones you have ever heard of, are in those boxes. Take what you can, what you need, and let me know when you're ready. So you guys do your little shopping mission.
Yeah.
Does anybody change the way they
Shopping.
look? Or you guys go like, and now I have wings, and like, what does everybody kind of look like all kitted up for the anything goes mission?
So, oh, go ahead, Hunter.
Oh, so Hunter's mostly the clothing remains
Still
the
just
same.
ready to go. Yep.
He goes in there, and the big differences are he's got this set of like goggles, like kind of Splinter Cell like goggles, and he's got them around his neck, and he's kind of turned them so that they're not like the weight of them isn't on the front, but they're shimmery. They're made of mithril, very light, very durable sort of pieces. And then he has off of each hand, he has these little bracelets. They kind of, but they have like kind of not quite charms, but these larger pieces hanging off of them. One of them is a key, the other one is a bookmark. And so he's kind of dug through, and it's like, all right, I'll put that on. But the armor's the same. The basics of what he is carrying are pretty much the same.
Fair.
Then he does kind of gets the hat, and he'll stick a few feathers in it. just good to go.
So what does Christopher look like all decked out?
Yeah, so Christopher had on a button up that he had rolled the sleeves up on, but then as he gets over there, he's like thinking about it a little bit, and he was like, okay, I need something to wear. So he looks through the boxes, and he finds a shimmering studded leather armor. And so he has taken off the button up, and he has just on like a t-shirt underneath, but he has on the studded leather armor that shimmers slightly. And then you can also now see, and everybody could have seen it before, but you can see he has a sleeve tattoo that was kind of just hidden by most of his shirt previously. And then in addition, he also finds and actually he doesn't find it. Light Tooth goes poking around in one of the boxes and comes up with a little like an amulet that is in the shape of a dragon. That Light Tooth kind of like to him. Yeah, exactly. And so he also has, and so he puts it around his neck. And it is similar to Light Tooth. It is a bronze, like it is the visage of a bronze dragon.
Nice. So, Kat, what do we see Rhea looking like?
Rhea still has the dress, but it very much becomes, instead of more flowy, a little tighter, and it grows thorns on down the skirt. And she takes out like the hair and turns it into like a braided crown type thing, just very tight to her head so no one can grab it. And then she has this sickle tied to her belt of her dress and a staff that is growing the same death flowers symbolism on it. And she puts on this little fur cloak around it, ties it up.
I like it. Pixie?
She does pull a in sifting through these boxes, she's looking for more, magical items that fit within a vibe that she's familiar with, right? She pulls out this rough-hewn amethyst, and that is hanging from a necklace, like a dragon claw, almost like those cheesy fucking like dragon claw ball, like that's we used to all get those medieval fantasy fucking catalogs in the mail, like that, like fucking I can't remember the brand name, but it's that. And she just snaps that on, and it dangles down. And she finds this little crystal ball, and just sort of vibes with, puts it down, picks up another one, and this one instead, and there's a pocket that fits it just right. It's only 6 inches in diameter, like it's not huge. Pocket that fits it okay, and she was looking for anything else, and she as I like to think that she was pushing aside this armor because she didn't like the color of it, because she has a vibe. It shifted color to match.
Yeah.
And it's a legendary fucking armor. It would know.
Yeah. It would know.
She pulls out the hide of the feral guardian. Like her, she just doesn't notice that they're like pulling the same. And it is a.
Mine has white fur. Your has.
It's like a different vibe of the same cut.
Yeah. different flavor. And it is an all black. And she feels like Kate Beckinsale in Underworld, as she like. Yeah. And again, she doesn't give a fuck that there's other people around. She just immediately changes into it. Like she doesn't give a fuck. And so she's got the one bit of color is that amethyst at her chest now. And that is what she does with that.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm done. You can look.
Hilaria takes that as the sign to actually, oh, you are done. Okay. I need you all to come here. And she approaches you, and she gives you each a ring. Magical rings, yes, they'll adjust. No, they don't require any extra mental capacity to like keep track of it. You're fine. You're going to go back to the night that this happened. The historians, the Arthur delegation, said it'd be the year 2000 for your previous calendar. Your population there will believe, a large majority of them, if not every single waking soul believes that the world is ending. Y2K. Y2K? It's Y2K. Okay, Y2K. And you see the Harther delegate come back over. Okay, I'll explain this. Year 2000, it looks like you guys would remember that. Basically, everybody thought the computers were going to crash and the world was going to die and the economy would just collapse. And not what happened. Don't know what happened.
Bex looks
Horror.
right at Rhea. I'll explain what computers are later. I'm sure we'll see them there. It's fine.
Yeah, like there's been talks of computers. Like she might know what a computer is. It's just
No, she
trying to
doesn't. No,
recreate.
I got you. Keep going.
We live
80
in the
years of
middle
tech.
of nowhere. We're
Yeah.
farmers. I don't
Good
know what
with
to
it.
expect here.
They're being created, but it's 80 years of tech in 20
They
years.
haven't reached me yet.
Yeah, no, you haven't. You don't have your lore tap at home, or
No.
lore top at home.
I might have a lore top. We haven't discussed that yet.
So you're gonna go back to that, but you can't go back to looking like that. The rings, if you just kind of focus, I don't know how that works. You touch the ring long enough, you can kind of tell it what you want to look like in your head. You should be fine. It's telepathic. You just think of what you want to look like. It shapes your form to look like that. Do we talk about who your background is? And looks over to the only obvious Lorian. Is that something I'm safe to bring up in public?
She just very gently takes off the ring and hands it to you and transforms into a completely different person.
Fair enough. I'm going to give you this. You never know when a little magical item can come in handy.
Puts my back.
But whenever you guys concentrate, you will be able to decide what your appearance looks like to others. You will still see yourselves as you and what you're wearing. No one else really will. A lot of you are going to look amazing. Scary to all of those people in that world. So focus on what you want to look like. It should work. You guys will be naturals at this. Imagine your favorite Elf Jordans. No, was it? Air Jordans, whatever. Your Timberlands. Whatever you guys want to wear. And there's like this animosity, just a slight tinge of like, you fucking Harthers are dumb and you don't understand the world. And you come over here with your Elf Force ones and stuff. And it's more tongue-in-cheek at this point than an actual hatred that it was 20 years ago. Are you all ready? Okay.
As I'll ever be.
We only have until the sun sets on our side before this ritual will be complete. If you don't succeed, if you can't find out what's going on, come back. We'll send another group through. But hopefully we won't need to. You guys could take back our home in a lot of ways. He kind of nods and walks. So you guys will have the 24 hours roughly. Sun up to sundown is not 24 hours, sorry. Sun up to sundown. Sundown, if you're over there, we'll assume you're dead. There's nothing we can do at that point to bring you home anyways.
Do we know if time passes the same on Hearth?
We
Like
don't.
If we have a day?
We don't.
Oh,
The
good.
last time
That
this
way of
happened
knowing.
was the
Cool.
only time it happened, and there was no correlation of time.
Got it, cool.
This we will be able to know. Because we'll know our days compared to your days. Hopefully you're home tonight for you two. And it's quick. It's easy to know what happened. Just come back. That way you can tell us at least something. But if you don't come back, this is all a waste. And you see this, you hear it before you see it, this crackling of energy. It almost sounds like electricity, but you know it's more than that. And less than that at the same time, as this portal takes shape. And you can't see through it. It's very much... I don't know if you guys, if it came out at that time for the older Arthurs, but Stargate, very much that water-like appearance, that ripple effect. I can't remember when Stargate came out.
The movie was in the early to mid 90s.
That looks a lot like a Stargate, without the metallic and stone rim.
Even the TV series was 97.
I love the show. I just didn't know when it
well,
came
there
out.
you go.
That was
So, and
like
the
a
movie was
waterfall.
94. So yeah.
That's some water. We're going through it.
There's nothing else that we can really tell you. We've been poring over everything to try to figure out where this building is. And you see a stone... It looks like an old apartment building. Very tall. Very, very tall. It's got to be in a major city. It's definitely on Hearth. And at the very bottom is scribbled Shandor. Is marked out. And then Barrett? Question mark? I want Cody and Matthew. Actually, all three of my Hearthers, go ahead and roll me a intelligence check. Or a charisma check.
I'm so helpful.
Do they get advantage or bonuses? I forget because they're like.
The ability to roll is kind of the advantage at this point. But you can add your proficiency modifier to it.
Natural 1. I was a baby.
You were a baby. Yeah.
21.
21.
13.
Okay. The building looks familiar to Hunter. How much of a nerd was Christopher back on Hearth?
I mean, he wasn't like
pop culture. Was he aware of?
Yeah,
did he routinely go to movies and stuff.
Absolutely, yeah. Like he knew what was going on. He wasn't like a Tolkien fanatic. He wasn't necessarily going to.
Well, this is actually about Hearth pop culture, not really about lore.
Well, no,
You
I mean just like
recognize
nerd
with the
stuff.
21. No, whether it was your movie that you picked that weekend or she did, the building kind of looks familiar. But that's not what throws you off. It's the word Shandor. It's fucking Ghostbusters. And then you recognize, oh, that's Dana Barrett. Oh, yeah, her name was Dana Barrett. They always got that wrong in the play down the road.
Huh.
That's Dana Barrett's apartment in the movie Ghostbusters.
He'll just look over to the only one old enough to theoretically know what this is and go, who are you gonna call? Us?
Ghostbusters! Oh, that's what that is.
Oh.
Yeah.
I knew I recognized it.
Yeah.
Oh,
You guys
man.
To be 4 of us, I'm so mad. I just fuck you if you don't give us.
I'm not making you guys run Ghostbusters tonight. Though
Tonight.
next time we will, it'll start up exactly like this.
Uh-huh.
So you guys, and this is the Hearth and Delegate, you guys recognize this. Okay, because we passed it around. We had no fucking clue. We were just going to
None
send
of
this
you
with
knew
you.
what Ghostbusters was? What the hell?
I mean, it's not... I was into Westerns, and he's visibly older. Okay, so this is the only clue.
The cat goes?
No location of where we're going, where the event might happen. Don't catch ghosts. They're not real over there. Just so you know.
But the other
Okay,
evils
well.
of this world that walked on over are.
How do you talk to your ancestors?
Oh, that's really a
Oh.
different question. Nope. We don't have time for.
Okay,
Listen, no offense. No. We don't have
my
time
brain
for a
kinda
little lore dump.
broke.
No. Let's
It's
go.
okay. Let's just go to New York and call it a day.
So I
Yeah.
want everyone to roll me a d20.
Oh no.
Hey DM,
Yes.
while we were getting magic rings to hide things, could I have asked for a ring on a chain to give to my friend dragon?
He can have mine.
There you go. That works
Okay.
in a better way than finding an additional ring of magical power at the last minute. That makes a lot more sense.
Oh my
Well,
god,
There you
here you go,
I didn't
buddy.
I didn't want to interrupt because
No, that's good.
as you're
I was
like
just gonna
handing it
let
back and
extend
forth,
to you.
as you're handing it back and forth, he just kind of looks at it longingly as the shiny is being passed.
So what did everybody roll?
17.
6.
17? Okay.
13.
5.
17, 6, 13, 5. Okay.
And we all die. The end.
Now, Christopher was what, a teenager when he came over?
No, he was 22.
22.
Yeah.
How old was Hunter when he came over?
13,
Okay.
I want to say. 13, 14.
I want you to describe me your last memory of Earth, like a location. Like when I think of Earth, this is always when I dream of home, this is always where I dream of.
Yeah, I think there is. I think there's a probably suburb of maybe DC. That's on the probably the Maryland side, outside of the city, but or the capital itself. You know what I mean? One of the suburbs around there. And I think it's the the school and the parks around it that are absolutely home. Probably the baseball field. Yeah.
Where's
oh,
home
go ahead.
for you, Christopher?
Yeah, Christopher thinks of his apartment because he was just about to he was gonna be graduating like 5 months after Y2K happened,
Mhm.
right? So he thinks of his apartment, which he had with Giselle in downtown Atlanta. So that's where he was going to school. That's where he was going to college. And so that's kind of always what he thinks about is they're just like fairly small but super cozy apartment that they had.
And as you guys walk through this portal, you feel just this cool liquid. Your skin doesn't feel wet, but that rippling energy feels like water as you walk through it. And as you walk through, it is pitch dark aside from the city streets. The city streets, the lights. Holy fuck. For some of you guys, this is home. I want everyone to make me a perception check, and I'll describe the scene. For Hunter, he sees familiarity. He sees he's at a park outside of a school. It's standing on the basketball court. And you look around and you're like, I don't recognize this, but this is similar. And for Christopher, you realize that you're back home in Atlanta. That's your apartment building. That's the school. And you're standing in the basketball court of the school. What did everybody get on their perception check?
14.
18.
Okay.
25.
19.
So I said there was going to be something that happened, and you had to get a 25 to get it to see.
Yes!
It.
Oh my god!
I was like, it'll just be something because you're going to get 2 shots to see this.
Matthew gets it
I
immediately.
rolled a natural 19.
Good
You
God.
look around.
So.
You look around, and you're so excited to see the apartment building that you turn around to say, "Oh, I know where I'm at," or whatever it is you're about to say stops because you see your group running through a portal, and it's gone.
When?
They were on the tennis / racquetball court.
Ah, dang it.
While
The
you were on the
butterfly
basketball
effect
court.
didn't come out until 2004. So
We don't know the risks of our actions, shit. But old Doctor Who existed. Okay.
We have Back to the Future.
Yes.
You have Back to the Future.
And
Back to the
OG
Future.
Doctor Who, pre-Eccleston.
Yeah.
No, he wasn't gonna call out to them, but what he was gonna do is just go. He just cannot help himself from going, "Oh shit, okay,
Yeah.
were all of us alive?
Seems to be.
Okay." He will keep it to himself for now because he has at least seen Back to the Future.
Fair enough. Okay.
But
you do realize
he will.
You're not in New York City. You're in Atlanta.
Okay. Matthew has not seen Ghostbusters in so long. Is there any part of Ghostbusters that is Atlanta?
No.
No.
Okay, I didn't
The
think
whole-
so.
Just
I was
your
like,
brain
it's
brought you here.
all New York.
You
No, yeah, both movies are very
sidelines. You
Yeah.
failed your role so badly
Yeah.
that your
Ooh.
thoughts of home took over.
Gotcha. Okay.
Also, confirming out loud now, because no message has been answered, that Sway saw my
Oh.
time check messages. That's it.
In Discord?
As-
In Discord
we
and
dramatically
Snap,
pause.
I'm just trying to make sure you're aware of
Okay.
the time, because we have hard outs, so
I got you.
that was it.
Go ahead.
Well, damn. Okay, I think we were supposed to be in New York, but we're in Atlanta? So...
Wait,
Oh, shit.
how far is it
Are we
daytime or
all
nighttime?
It is nighttime. You guys are all there. For Rhea, you've never seen this shit. There's a lot of big stone buildings. And they don't look like beautiful architecture. It looks like it's just boxes stacked on top of each other. These buildings suck.
Way to call out American architecture accurately.
I know that it's Atlanta because my apartment building's right there, and he'll just point to the building.
Oh,
Your house?
Sort
kinda.
of. A mutual living house with a lot of other people in it.
Think like the chicken cute coops, but for humans.
You live in chicken?
I said
I'm not gonna ask any more questions. We'll be here all day. Please continue.
New York's what, a 2-hour plane ride? Something like that.
Oh, I've
3-hour plane
never.
ride?
I mean, I used to take the train from
Oh, no.
from DC to New York. I've
Runner.
never flown there.
You know it's you would be able to get there before sundown tomorrow, but the sun is already down and you had until sundown.
We missed that.
Yeah.
So we gotta hope we're talking tomorrow. So that's
Actually, Christopher is gonna go out towards the street and he's gonna try and find one of those.
Hold on, Pixie's trying to tell you to hold on.
Yeah, I don't remember a ton from when I was a small. Let me see if this is in our character or out of character. It's if I rolled a 16 on a history check, can I remember something?
What is it you would like to remember?
That the Concorde still existed and it gets you there in half the time?
Yeah, that's fine.
Famously, like they in 1969 is when their first flight. They were officially to the whole public in 1976, and they didn't retire last commercial flight until 2003.
You remember your parents talking about flying
somewhere
a lot.
faster than normal on an expensive weird airline that was the Concourse or the Conduit or something.
Yeah, the Concorde. Okay. Yeah.
Is it like a big bird or a phoenix?
Can
or...
Lighttooth fly?
No.
That's amazing.
And also,
And as you look over, it confuses you because he is.
Oh.
He's kind of fluttering near you.
What are you doing?
And that's when it hits you. You all feel stronger and more powerful in your magics
Hmm.
than you did a minute ago.
I mean, I can make one of us fly, but not for very long.
You are the only souls on this planet with magic, as you all know magic to be.
Ooh.
And that weight hits you very quickly.
On the looking at the streets, are there any of those like newspaper
Yeah,
bin
that's early.
things?
Yeah, it's
Right,
1999. Yeah, you can figure
yeah,
out what date it is.
That's what I want to
Great.
do.
Yeah.
I want to check and make sure that we are
You
here on
are
the
a
correct
week
date.
out from Y2K.
Oh,
Okay, we have a week.
Here at least.
Got it. Yeah, a week here. Hopefully it's still a day there. Do we remember the two of us who were like adults during the happening? Wait, you sorry. Oh no,
He's
you
13,
said you were
but
12
he was
or
a conscious
13.
awareness.
Never mind.
Sentient
Yeah,
individual.
man,
The ones of us I forgot that you
memories.
said you were 13.
yeah, I was like 13. I was a freshman in high school. I was
Yeah.
13, 14, right? Like, so.
Then does the one of us who probably watched the news remember if
Oh,
there
yeah.
were any remember if there was any specific place that a portal opened up in New York or around New York or what it was?
Okay, that feels like something he
You would
have
know.
known of.
You would know that the event
Mm-hmm.
was rumored to start in New York City.
Gotcha.
And over that fucking apartment building, that one from the thing. Fuck, I don't know, man. I wasn't
Sure.
looking at it. I was running away from it. That's all the conversations that you remember. And don't remember it ever happening in a newspaper coming out. Because it was like, it happened, and then that was the event.
Sure. Yeah, I was more. The newspaper was just to find out the date. But okay, yeah. I think it. Rumor had it that it was supposed to have happened in New York, so I definitely think we need to get up there. But at least we have a little bit of time.
And that's where Ghostbusters was. So that's good.
Who's busting these ghosts? Leave them alone.
They're bad ghosts.
I promise
Don't worry.
Yeah.
it's fine. I promise it's alright.
Real freaky, kind of like, yeah. Okay.
Can you do
Great.
that again?
What?
Do that again.
No. Do you know how to drive?
Yeah, I mean,
You would know how to drive. Yeah.
yeah,
You
it's
remember
been
after 20
it's
years
been
how to
23
drive?
years.
Hey, it's like riding a bike. They said
I
it's
mean,
bikes,
I-
not cars.
I never learned how to drive. The only reason I ask is because I didn't bring
Money.
my Benjamins with me.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
don't know how we're gonna pay for a
Get
flight.
anywhere?
Like if you had
Or
money
get a
with you,
car.
you could have brought money, but like it's gold and it's
Is that a thing?
definitely like
Exactly.
gold
Yeah, like-
coins.
Like we got,
You
we'll
know
be
what?
pawning gold
Listen,
coins.
I can,
Yeah.
I can
Actually,
convince someone to let us. If I really
hold on.
need
Let me go up to my apartment.
Oh my god!
Okay.
my God,
I'm gonna go to my apartment.
Roll me a
and-
D100.
Okay,
Oh,
because
so
I
to
was.
see if you're home.
That's the thing. I was gonna try and see if that was
Me?
gonna be the
Me.
case.
I have a request. Like,
But regardless, actually, I am as he leads everybody towards the apartment building, and as we are walking up the stairs, he is going to whisper over to Lighttooth,
Mhm.
and as Lighttooth kind of like gets on his shoulder, he is going to his visage changes entirely to one of his friends in college,
Okay.
to Kyle or whatever.
To Kyle.
the fuck.
Oh yeah. Well, we all
He
know
casts-
Kyle, man.
he
Kyle will
casts
just show
disguise
up to your
self.
fucking apartment
Disguise self.
whenever
Exactly.
he feels like it.
Yes,
Roll me a D100.
absolutely. I got a 98.
Roll me another one.
Oh, gee.
Oh no.
A 66.
Okay. You knock on your apartment door. Is this the apartment you had with Giselle, right?
Yes.
And you knock on the door, and a couple seconds later, Giselle opens the door. Oh, hey Kyle. Hey
Giselle.
Chris isn't here right now. He's at work.
Oh yeah, he's at class, but he right before he went into class, he caught me in the hall, and he needed me to. He forgot his credit card.
This is the third time this week, I swear.
I know. I keep telling him to stop being so stupid, but
yeah. And she starts, yeah, go ahead, come on in.
Okay.
And she starts kind of like going back to, she checks the table, it's not there. She checks the key counter next to the door, it's not there.
The three of us stayed downstairs in the lobby, and
Or
Hunter
at
was
least
explaining
out.
Ghostbusters to us
Yeah.
and reenacting what the fuck that was. Like,
Sure.
Also Light Tooth is with you guys, not with Kyle.
do we
That was Kyle.
finally let
Then
Rhea
bring the
hold
Sharpay
him?
with him.
Yes. Oh.
Yeah, absolutely.
thank
And
you.
he
Yes.
now that he is awake, he is more than happy to be the center of attention.
Yeah.
Correct, and he is.
And Giselle just goes, so what's been new with you? I think maybe he's over here. Are you excited about the New Year's party?
I mean, everybody's going kind of crazy about it. I think it'll be
Yeah.
really fucking cool.
I hope so. Oh, so many conspiracy theories nowadays. Oh, he fucking his entire fucking wallet. Here you go. Just make sure he gets all of it.
Of course. Yeah.
So yeah, are you gonna come to New Year's Eve?
Oh yeah, of course. Of course. You guys are still like you guys.
It's at this time that your memory gets a little fucking hazy. You
Oh,
didn't
no.
go to the New Year's Eve party,
Well, yeah, because Y2K happened.
but Giselle's the one that told you that night not to go to the party.
That's weird.
She's planning on going to the party.
Yep. Are you gonna be there?
Yeah, I plan to. I mean, me and Chris are gonna go.
Okay.
Why? Is there a reason why we shouldn't go to the party?
No,
Is there a better party in town?
there
Like,
might
Chris
be.
needs to get out of
But
his...
no, I think the only
Oh,
reason I
no.
ask is because Chris was mentioned that he was like stressed from finals or some shit. So he might have had to study or do something. But I was
Oh.
just checking.
Well, maybe the party's too much. Where do you think? Where you know him better than I do sometimes. Where do you think we should go if we're not going to go to the New Year's Eve? If he needs to decompress a little bit, where should we go?
I mean, I don't know. You could
You remember
grab a
her
bite.
telling you you've had a long week. Let's go, and it was outside of one of your nearby parks that you just kind of like to go decompress at sometimes, and that's where the portal was. When
Gotcha.
everything went to shit.
But that's also where the portal was that we got to flee through,
Mhm.
or where the portal was where people
No,
died
totally
as a
different. That would've
dragon
been the
came
portal
through.
that you guys took 20 years ago, 23 years ago.
Yeah. Okay.
That probably saved you, correct? Because again,
Yep.
big destruction. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, he'll oh, I mean, Chris likes parks and shit. So
Yeah.
could always take him to
You
a
know what?
park or something.
It's a good idea. All right. I've got to go. I got to give you a change. Here, take him this fucking wallet. Tell him
Yep.
if he leaves it at the house again, I'm cutting up his cards.
Will do. All right. Thank you, thanks, Giselle. Yeah. Matthew can't speak.
You sure you didn't want to call her that nickname now?
Yeah, thanks, Jizzy. No, fuck you. And he'll
And you guys come back downstairs. You have now the monetary means to get to DC.
perfect.
Is
As he
there any
gets back.
preparation?
Or New
We're
York.
going to-
because
we're going to New York.
Sorry,
New
New
York.
York. Sorry, Cody was talking about being Maryland and DC. I was like, that's a really quick flight over.
Yeah.
But
Do
is
you
there any
guys have just
preparation?
numbers that decided if you could rent places or not? That's ridiculous. These made up numbers.
All the Lorians are like landlords.
Land-
The fuck?
What the fuck is rent?
you build your house, you,
You
live
just
in it.
go
I
get a
don't know.
tree and build a fucking house, man.
What the
don't
fuck is
understand.
capitalism? That sounds
Yeah.
like hell.
Yeah,
Are you
that's
sure
why-
that was
it got
not
squashed
because of
down.
the apocalypse? You're sure that was before? You're sure that's not why the
Yeah.
apocalypse happened?
That got squashed down real quick upon coming over to
From what
this land.
I'm hearing, we did y'all a favor.
Chris comes down the stairs. He looks like Chris again. Guys, I got the cash.
Great. Let's go.
Perfect.
So you guys
Because in this day and age, you can buy a plane ticket and then get on the plane.
Get on the
Immediately.
plane.
No ID
Yeah, I would like to
necessary,
go
no
here.
security, we just go.
Yeah.
Nope.
No, the
That
good
was
old
my
days.
next question. I was like, I don't have an ID.
No,
And
it's
or I
literally
could've
just
rented
like,
a car.
yeah, it's fine. You
Do you
just
have
have
a
to do an
ticket?
extra 200, and you have a ticket.
Yep.
Yeah.
So the question is there anything that you guys want to do? He already saw his wife, but his wife is still alive. Is there anything that Cody's like, oh yeah, we should take this route over here, or Hunter wants to go, oh, we should take this route over here to go and see somebody.
No, there's a Pizza Hut, and he shows them the Pizza Hut buffet
Oh
Because-
yes,
because that
yeah.
only existed in the 90s.
Do you guys go?
Really?
Do you guys go eat pizza? Is this gonna be the first time
Oh.
Rhea has pizza?
Oh yeah,
Hell
no,
yeah.
I mean like if we have time before the flight, so we'll go to the phone booth, we'll get the phone book out, we'll
Yep.
call the airline, and then see when their flights are, and then book the
Yeah.
flight, and then if
On the
we
phone.
have
Yeah.
On the
right
phone.
you on the phone, you give them the credit card, right,
Mhm.
and then or we'll book it, when we get there. But on the
Yeah.
way, we have to look up the address, and then we'll stop in a corner store and buy a map, and because I don't know Atlanta.
Yeah. Yeah. MapQuest is just
But you,
23 years is a long time.
yeah,
so,
I mean,
Yeah.
you wanna double check it,
yeah.
Yeah.
and then I show you guys the fun trick about folding the map. You just grab the corners, and it collapses. Yeah, it's
Wait,
really
what?
kind of cool.
That's
Yeah,
wild.
it's
That's how
just,
you
just
fold
with
a
the
map?
corners.
yeah.
Yeah.
You don't have to roll it up.
We're going
Yeah,
to buy a
actually.
map tomorrow because I need you to show me because that's bullshit. I've never folded a map properly my whole goddamn life. No.
I saw a thing on it.
Angry.
So
No.
yeah. So okay, so if we stop down this road,
Mhm.
there's a Pizza Hut, and they have a buffet of pizza. That
Oh, pizza.
right?
Yeah. We're stopping and getting
Yeah.
pizza.
I've seen
Rhea
some.
is just a confused dog. He'll tilt the entire time before talking.
I've seen some people try to do it over
It's not-
on the lures, but it's not the
It's
same.
not the same.
You
Not the
know, it's not the same. And everybody was like, "Oh, New York pizza," but like, it's just Pizza Hut is home, right?
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah. And
Now I want pizza.
I think they've probably have stopped at this point. But you remember they had those. I collected all of the Star Wars Phantom Menace boxes, and like had the promo codes. I had all of those.
I love it.
Yeah. So we will have some pizza.
You guys go in, Jennifer Lopez, waiting for tonight.
What's Star Wars?
Yeah.
Oh
It's
no,
another
she's
thing like
not here to
Ghostbusters.
explain Star Wars.
It's yeah. So it's different
Did you
than a
guys-
Star Trek.
Did you guys
Uh,
get the concept of a movie down to her while I was
No.
upstairs?
Nope. Mm-mm.
Okay.
Like we've tried, like a play with light. It's kind of
Uh-huh.
and there's
Yeah.
yeah, exactly. It's like
a play,
a
play about space
And
yeah.
and
the final
and-
frontier.
And an emperor.
planets.
No, that's the Trek. Don't confuse this. There's an evil empire. There's old wizard. There's
Some
a
light
kid
sticks.
knight. Yeah, they have swords. Like a what are they? Like a dawn, like a sun sword, kind of like that.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, but they go.
Yeah, you heard of sun swords. Yeah.
I know what Sun Sword is.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
Sun Sword.
Star
And they
Wars
can have-
is easy enough to explain in fantasy tropes. Like that.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's really what it is. Right.
Rhea is eating her like 6 slice of pizza, listening to explain the 5th Star Wars movie.
So are you guys gonna take a plane, or are you guys gonna road trip this and like?
No, we're
show
taking a
the-
plane.
I
No,
think
no,
we'll
no.
still take a plane.
Gen Z here, who's okay.
I think we still take a plane, if only because Christopher at least is worried that even though we have a week, that we shouldn't waste it.
Yeah, no, let's be there.
Like I don't know what everybody else's thoughts on it, but Christopher wants to be there ASAP. He's kind of upset,
Okay.
although he's not,
Then
that
give
he-
me
that they
an
didn't
intelligence check
arrive
from
there.
anybody who wants to research anything they can about what this is. This is your intelligence gathering of.
As
of-
in,
go ahead.
as a note, I can read any language.
Noted.
Just doing research.
I did a one quick roll for myself and the intelligence roll. They were both nat ones, and
Okay.
one of them was Rhea really does not like playing.
We're gonna say you guys get like a hotel, you know, in New York City, and you guys definitely have the funds. Like, it's kind of good that Y2K is about to happen because you're rapidly depleting your own funds from your household.
I know.
You know, because it's the plane ride, it's the hotel.
4 plane tickets,
yeah.
a hotel for a week.
College salary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're almost sure that you 23 years ago remember getting a lot of angry phone calls from your mom of like, or whoever's really paying that credit card bill of like, oh shit, you got your identity stolen? This has never happened before in the news.
Yeah.
I
stole.
I assume that we bonded a little over pizza.
Yeah.
Bex
Yeah.
is quieter than usual during this whole interaction. But at one point, while they're looking for a hotel or they're settling in to sleep before the flight or they're doing whatever, she like goes over to Hunter. Said, "Hey,
Yeah.
you and your people, they heard rumors and stories and believed this sort of thing was coming already, right?"
Oh, yeah. My family. Yeah.
So where did they get their information?
Do you want the real story, or you want the like family legend
I want
story?
is there a place we can go to look for more or other survivalist cults we could check up on to figure out some details version?
Survivalist cults. I like that.
So my family has a bunch of old books that were kind of kept up in the attic. The only person that really talked about it a lot was my uncle. My parents didn't really care. And he was my mom's brother, so she thought he was kind of weird. But they, everybody had been kind of raised with it, and there were some old pictures and like newspaper article clippings, and then they had like some old books that were like written in with like Shakespeare kinda. And that was that. I mean, we can go to my house if you want. It's kind of on the way. They might have something there.
Do planes just stop?
No, they don't, but they do have layovers.
Did we get one with a layover?
There's a flight. If you guys, we'll say you guys had this conversation of like, hey, how do we do the best research? We got enough time to do that.
Mm-hmm.
And you can fly pretty much directly to your hometown.
Yeah,
close enough to it.
Yeah,
and
I mean
then
the
to DC or
the
to
Washington airport is
Yeah.
30-40 minutes from the place, from my home.
So describe what your home looks like. As the plane touches down.
I also would like to say whatever fucking calm emotions I can pull, I reshuffle my whatever to just cast on fucking Rhea while we fly, because she is not having a good time, and it's just a lot of, you're just a bird, sweetheart. You're just a bird. It's all right. Shh, 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 shh.
I also want Rhea, just because this is funny for the bit. Rhea runs back at the whole terrarium and goes, "Guys, look, I made a friend!"
It's the friend. Oh my god, the prop.
Do you have speak with animals?
I do have speak with animals.
It sounds like Spot. That sounds like Spot.
Guys, I made a friend. I named him Henry. He's gonna be here forever.
Hey,
now.
my name is Henry. You guys can understand me, but she can't.
That's it.
So
I sneak him on the plane.
Easily enough done.
He's my emotional support
you
rat.
almost think that one of the security guards notices you have a rat and still doesn't say anything about it. They're letting you on the
because
plane.
Bex glares at him like, "Don't you fucking dare."
So how does Rhea do with the plane ride?
Not
Is she
great.
distracted enough? Okay.
Yeah, she has calm
emotions.
emotion. She's just petting her rat, and she just kind of does not look out the window the entire time, and it's just like, I've been a bird before. I can fly. It's fine. I've been a bird before.
Yeah.
She's repeating to herself that she has flown before. She can
Mhm.
fly. But never in a death metal contraption. This is. And she's a little Phaetrut, so it's all metal and freaks her out a little bit.
Fair.
She's
So
doing her best. She
as the
survived.
camera pulls away from the plane, heading in, we see it goes dark. The camera picks back up, and we see you guys exiting the a cab, because that's what we had then. Would a cab take them all the way to y'all's like
My
encampment?
my parents lived in the suburb. I was raised in
Okay.
a suburb.
Okay,
The uncle was the prepper guy,
that's where
right?
it would be.
It's all up until 6 days from now. It's all
Theoretical.
legend.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just it's old family stories, and that's what it is. So yeah, in the suburb, it's one of those larger, it's not a gated community, but it's like a big neighborhood that has its own park, kind of on the backside of it, and is just a couple of miles from the high school, which is just across the street from the middle school. All the schools are almost within walking distance. Like, he's missed the bus and rode his bike there before. But it is winter in DC, just outside of DC, and we arrived a week before, so it's Christmas Day.
It would be Christmas Day.
Those flights were cheap as fuck. Nobody was actually flying those days. Yeah, those were affordable fucking flights. It was just businessmen on their red-eye, like, that's it. Like,
we got there Christmas night,
Yeah.
Christmas Eve.
yeah, Christmas Eve, so,
So
it's Christmas Day.
So it's Christmas Day.
We red-eyed on Christmas Eve. Oh my god, that's the most
Would
Christmas movie
would
movie
Hunter have gone home? Would he be there? Would Hunter know that he is?
Yeah,
right now?
he's slowly putting it back together, right? Because he didn't really think about it a week, right? And then it's, oh yeah, Christmas is a week before New Year's. Like, he knows it's Christmas. There's Santas, right? There's trees. There's lights. Like, it's all very festive. But I don't think he remembered exactly how. Yeah, exactly how different that was.
I would 100% would have explained Christmas lights had I remembered a week before New Year's is Christmas.
Yeah.
Can you tell it I don't get holidays off anymore?
So he knows the family is there. But if he remembers correctly, they go see a movie in the afternoon.
Yeah, Castaway.
On Christmas Day.
Guy surviving out in the middle of it's this week, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yes. I think he fell asleep in it. I think it wasn't.
It's very basic level, and he was still fucking it up, and you're like, I could do that better.
Well, not even that. Because I don't think Hunter gets trained until he ends up in lore. I think he was just like, the Matrix came out, and no movie is the Matrix. So
valid.
Why am I watching the dude from Sleepless in Seattle? Why am I watching Forrest Gump?
Just yell at a
volleyball. Like, I'm tired. I should be home.
I want to be at home playing with my toys. Yeah.
Yeah, I should be playing with my PlayStation game.
Like, why did you take me here?
Right.
Yep.
Yeah. I got, we finally got Final Fantasy VIII, which I didn't know wasn't a sequel to Final Fantasy VII.
Yep.
So he probably falls asleep.
So do you you can walk into your old home, or where are you going to do research at the house?
Like,
yeah, there's the fake rock for when you get locked out. and so kind of wait, watch them drive away, watch the family drive away, and be like, okay, well, we've got an hour or two to go in here and unlock the door, and I show everybody else where to start looking. I show them the attic access, and I show them my parents' bedroom in case mom had anything important that she kept or read or liked. And then I'll kind of get to the edge of the door to my room, which, spend way too long staring at, and kind of open up, and it's very alien. It's memorable, but that was a
different world and a different, very different hunter. And you guys actually notice nothing says hunter. Hunter's his name is actually Kevin. So he goes under his bed, where he keeps, between the mattress and the box spring, and in the box spring he's got his little hidden box of stuff, and he has probably a very similar charm bracelet that his uncle gave him and made for him, and he's gonna actually pull those out and just kind of hang them on the end of his bed, because he remembers not having time to search for stuff. And the end of his bedpost is very close to the door. So... And it's almost like you remember, I'm glad I put that there. Yeah. Because I would have forgot about it. Definitely nose bleeding. Would you still be wearing that bracelet? If you had taken it to Lore with you, would you still be wearing that bracelet, or would it be somewhere you find safe? High or low? You tell me. Let's go high. Okay. Cool. Because... All right. So... He doesn't have the whole charm bracelet, but he does have... There's... what he learned later was sort of a Lorian coin that had a charm on it. That was on one of them. The necklaces got shredded. The charms, he lost most of them in different fights and hunts and things like that. But he still has that first coin just kind of tucked in his pocket of his jacket. Now we're going to do would you like to do all your research here in like an hour and 2 hours? Or would you like to take them back to like grab a handful of books, go back to like a hotel and spend the week researching? I say we grab the stuff, because Hunter knows nobody goes looking for it. Yeah. Nobody goes into the attic. Nobody makes if anything comes out of his parents' room, nobody makes a big deal about it, right? There's no fights. Yeah. He doesn't remember anybody missing anything or really caring. So, he's like, well, let's, grab what we can, and we'll get to New York, and on the way we'll read and do whatever we can. Okay. So give me a intelligence roll for everybody to read, or if you have something that you feel would be more useful. I have investigation, and I have some special bonuses to investigation, which is normally for hunting things. Yep. If you guys have anything like that that'll to track prey, or to look into the occult, look into the
survival.
Early. Do you roll survival check?
Cool.
That actually come in
about-
handy right now.
What about just a perception instead of an
You
investigation?
can roll one as well. You can roll a perception check as well.
Can I make justification for Arcana to look for anything that looks like it?
You
could
can
be
do
within-
Arcana.
Yeah, that. Thank you.
I got
25 on investigation.
Okay.
28 in survival.
Okay.
22 in Arcana.
Okay.
21 Arcana or Perception, whichever
Fair
one,
enough.
because they're the same bonus.
It's a little bit of both specifically, and maybe it's you that brings it up. You've been watching the sky. Now you got into New York City. You've been watching the sky. It's always supposed to happen in the sky. There was a couple days of thunderstorms, and then yesterday it was sunny, and then today it's dark. Thunderstorms again. There's no rain and there's no thunder. It's just dark clouds. And the rest of the sky is overcast. And I'm talking about a dark storm over New York City. Y2K storm of death. Ah, you see that on the news. And with all your research and that drawing, it is the epicenter of this storm, but on the ground. And that there has been repeated lightning strikes onto that building. It's the only lightning in the city. It just happens to hit that once or twice a day.
He'll bring it up to everybody. The Ghostbusters building is
And your
getting fucked.
survival checks out. It's all of that. The occult, you're looking at resources. Everything is pointing you to midnight on that roof.
Well, I think we get there early
Yes.
if we can.
Yes.
Camp out, scope it out, see what does or doesn't show up.
So how early would you like to get there?
If
Flowers?
I would say 12 hours. I'd say noon at the latest, and just camp out.
Nah, man, I live across the street. I'm sleeping on the roof.
Okay.
Yeah, we're
Okay.
like we know where it is, and I'm used
Over-
to sleeping outside. Like this is if
Over
this is
a
where
couple
we're scoping things out. Hunter's gonna.
So it is hard to see because the buildings nearby are shorter than that.
Yeah.
But you realize it's really easy back now to get rooftop access for no reason, and you just kind of like prop open the door. And first day you look, there's nothing. The second day you see scratches and runes, and it almost looks like a summoning room being built on the top of this building.
Yeah, that's why I wanted to try to go over to see if we could see who was doing it.
You broke up. If we can what?
See who was doing it.
Yeah.
It's not finished, but you missed it. Do you want to point? Do you want to keep sentries out going further?
Yeah. If we
Otherwise,
can.
you just guys are going because you can't see the top of the roof from another roof. So if you're going to check the rooftop access, you got to go up a couple times a day.
Yeah. So
Also-
we either camp there or we keep missing things.
Can
Whenever-
I?
Go ahead. No, you're good. Go ahead.
Can I buy a potted plant?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm gonna buy a potted plant,
Okay.
and I'm gonna set the potted plant on that rooftop,
Okay.
and I'm going to spend all night one night. It's 8 hours casting time
Mm-hmm.
to cast Awaken on this plant.
Okay.
And I'm gonna have this plant watch everything that happens here
Okay.
and report back to me.
How is it going to report back to you?
I'm obsessed.
I can speak with plants.
Okay. So, but the plant is still going to be up on the roof.
Yeah, it
Okay.
gains an intelligence of 10.
Okay. Doesn't
So that we don't-
understand its existence. Immediately screams, and then you calm it down, and you explain what's happening,
Yeah.
and it doesn't understand, but asks you to kill it once this is over.
It's fine. it's awakened for 30 days, and then it can die again.
Oh, okay, okay. That's so you put the potted plant on this like air handler, right, on top of this roof. Air handler is a big machine that controls AC, and you just leave it there. And then when you come back up to the rooftop, the plant isn't there. You see it; it's off to the side. It's kind of out of this finished now circle and the plant was, funny enough, in the middle of it on that air handler. And the air handler now has white drapes across of it, and there's candles, and the plant looks over at you, and half of its petals is looks like it's been plucked off, and it's just got this face that like, help me.
Well, plants always bloom when I'm around, so it gets better.
It does. You do have that as your faith, yeah. It immediately says, "Please just let me stay in your arms forever, please."
Okay.
That man. What are those people?
Just tell me everything you saw.
He picked me up and he moved me, and then he carved with his finger. No, like fingers that you can bring with you. Shiny. He carved. He dug through the knives.
What'd
Why
he
do I
look
know
like?
that? No hair, no petals on head.
No petals.
Very thin stem.
As he's describing this person to me, does that person sound like anyone who was
Who
in
you've
charge?
seen? Yeah, you've seen this guy. If he's describing the skinny bald man, that's scary. So you've definitely got a vibe from this one dude, and you guys have all kind of like, yeah, he's weird. He's actually the owner of the hotel, but he just kind of goes by and he tries to like meet everybody, and is too social and personable to the point of like, okay, dude, go the fuck away. But that's who you're thinking of.
Does she describe this person, Ian? Does she tell us about this person?
Yes. Also, if you read all of Awaken, this plant suddenly can move around if he wants to. That's pretty cool.
That's fucked up.
Run next time.
He's in a pot. Does he have like legs? Can he climb out now?
He grows legs. It's
Him just hop.
awakened.
He can just hop.
It's
When
like
he-
I have a little Pokemon plant.
When you go to
guy
pick
now.
him up, he realizes he can climb out of the pot. He never thought he could climb or move because he's not. What are legs?
Yeah.
And
My heart is
he
breaking
kind
for
of
this
wraps
plant.
these like little foot roots like around you, and just like,
Oh my god!
he's now comforted and calmed by being healed by your plant's bloom around you.
Never let him go.
He has 30 days.
Anyway,
He's still terrified.
I am
Is
going.
the... No, go.
I
Sorry.
am going to, with at least the, do we know what? Oh shit, we lost the storyteller.
The world
There you
ends.
go.
There
It's
we
the
go.
apocalypse time. Do we? Okay. Ask him where the sun was in the sky when this was happening.
Where was the sun in the sky when this was happening?
Now you left him. You cast it all night, right?
Yeah.
So he would have been out there during the day,
Okay.
awakened for the first time.
Yeah.
He says it's closer towards the end of when the warmth goes away.
Afternoon.
Okay. How close is it to afternoon now? If she checked on in the next night, morning, whatever.
It looks like the way the sun is now. I mean, you guys also have clocks. It's 2000. It's
clock?
it's like
We all
5 or
just
6.
bought those chunky jelly watches.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're cheap.
Yeah.
they're translucent, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
It's
They're
probably
also
about 3 or
cool.
4 o'clock in the afternoon for you guys now. So it's soon,
Okay.
or to be a little bit later.
Great. She is going to. I'll have one. She pulls out the crystal ball. I'll have one shot at this to get the timing right, but I may be able to see if it's him, what he's doing in a lot of detail. during that time.
Okay.
We just gotta get the time right.
Tomorrow is New Year's Eve.
So today, tonight.
You have today and tomorrow.
Now, soon, whenever. Gotta.
I'm gonna say the phrase I've heard a lot. Go off.
Is that a thing in 1999?
It is now.
It is now.
It's something that she brought to our world.
I did. It was me. Go off.
Can you
Probably.
one of us, either of us, and she taps her armor and points to the sky. Because we can polymorph into owls, so someone can scope the roof from above and let us know when things are happening, and come back.
It's a very open roof, open floor plan.
Yeah.
I'm gonna polymorph into an owl.
Yeah, but if we can't see it from down here, that's why.
I'm not gonna waste that spell slot. I'm gonna wild shape into an owl.
Works better. Okay, that's really fair. All right.
And are the rest of you guys just going to scope out the roof, or are you going back to the research area, hotel room, whatever you guys decided to set up?
Did we find any pertinent information about in the research?
In the like your familial side of it?
Yeah.
It's a lot of things of like, God, why didn't you fucking realize this sooner? You guys beat around the bush, and there's a lot of like, if you just would have known there was an alternate place, you would have figured this out. And there's like, oh, the aliens came down. It's like, no, there's obviously fucking elves, you know, like, and like, oh, you know, the goblins, like, that's fucking racist. Those are just people.
Got it.
You know, they're just short, and yes, they're a little green, but it's just a lot of pointing towards the end of like an era and the end of a cycle of time, the end of, and you're like, yeah, I mean, it makes sense with Y2K. Just everybody thought their time was the end time.
Right.
It turns out that, hey, y'all were at least right about it. But it points to this is what your family has been dealing with here, and
I would like to be on the roof. Where the summoning circle is.
That roof. Got it.
Yeah.
If we're gonna be up there, I think that we can all be up there.
Yeah. So since Hunter rolled, you said you rolled a 21 on the research, right?
Yeah.
High 20s.
Investigation. Yeah, it was 25, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
A lot of similarities between what your family believes is going to happen and the Antichrist. Of like, maybe the Christians got that story from your family's history of this is really this prophecy. And he keeps talking about this prophecy that someone is going to bring forth a weapon of destruction from a heavenly plane or a magical place beyond us, or something so grand that it can only be a godly or hellacious place. Coming from ignorance, it's either heaven or hell, but coming from your knowledge of lore, it's you brought something from an ethereal plane or from lore. That's what this is. And you know that that's what they're trying to summon on the roof, is this destroyer, this weapon, this possible devil, but it's always what will eventually destroy the world.
Okay.
So you want to set up on the roof in the summoning circle and wait?
My only other idea was, and I'll say this, was we buy a bag of Quikrete, and we get a wheelbarrow, and we mix it up, and we pour it in the scratch marks.
that
Just
would
fill it back up?
110%, everyone knows, including Rhea, that would fuck up whatever summoning ritual this is.
Yeah.
Done. Great. You know,
Let's do it.
past problems require past solutions.
Yeah,
Let's go.
Look,
Fix it
when
with
I
dirt.
thought of ways that you could fuck up an
Quick
etched-in roof, I never once expected Quickcrete, which is exactly somebody who is a prepper from the early 2000s would
Late
fucking think
90s,
of.
100%.
Oh my god.
100
Okay.
fucking percent.
Yeah.
Easily enough.
Yep. Yep.
Okay, great.
Easily enough. You guys procure this
God
stuff.
damn it.
And as you guys are mixing it on the roof, you know, you're pouring the water in the Quickcrete and a little bit more Quickcrete and a little bit more water. You're mixing it up.
I am going to, if we are prepping on the, this is important, because if we're prepping on the roof instead of spying on the roof and waiting for someone to appear, taking a gamble on the description that was given to me, I am going to sit while they are mixing the Quickcrete, and I'm going to pull out my crystal ball of true seeing.
Okay.
And I'm going to scry on this man we think it might be. I need him to make a wisdom save. He's not aware I'm casting it, so he doesn't get advantage. DC is 17. My intelligence is fucking.
Would you have told me you'd done this? Oh wait, it's
You're-
just a save. JK.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
she's trying to give it to the guy.
yeah,
You
I'm
don't
trying
have to roll anything.
No,
and
I don't have
that's
to roll
what I
anything.
meant.
He has
Okay.
to roll.
He automatically fails,
Oh,
Great.
but
Does he
you
suck?
feel so much fucking stronger. You've heard of scrying orbs, whether you've used one or not, or one this powerful. This is beyond expectations. All of you around are transported visually, and you realize this very quickly.
Hologram.
Visually only. You are standing in a room as a man looks over his pregnant partner. She's smiling up at him, and he's smiling down at her. It's almost time. It's almost time. She's like, I can't wait. We'll be a happy family. Yeah, we will be.
Yeah. I should note, for the specific crystal ball that I chose of the three, you have true sight with a radius of 120 feet centered on the spell's sensor, like where it went in the room with him. So I have true sight. If there is anything weird happening.
A couple things do pick up on it. You pick up on a medallion that he has around his neck.
Okay.
You see it almost glow with a brilliance of magic.
Okay.
As well as a old book, tome would be the better word, that is in a room conjoining the room that you're currently in. And you see it pulsing. And you see inside of the mother, the baby who looks like he's just about to be born, is also blindingly magical. More than the amulet, more than the book.
I can also see creatures and invisible creatures and objects, automatically detect visual illusions, and perceive the original form of a shape changer or a creature that is transformed by magic. If either, so for instance, if that baby's not fucking human, well, she's not in that 120 feet. It's just in the range of true sight.
No, I explained this incorrectly.
Okay.
The vision, instead of you just looking into the orb,
Yeah.
you are looking around this room that you are now standing in with these people.
So for the sake of the spell, it's like they are within
130 vision,
range.
130 feet from you.
120. Yeah.
120. The person who gives off this grotesque aura in person is nothing more than human. The child is something more. Does it tell you? You can tell what type it is?
No, but I'm asking if they can all see it. I'm like, now's a chance to try and figure out what the fuck that is.
It is human-like. It is what is it? It's a humanoid. It has 2 arms, no tail, 2 legs, a head, and 10 toes and 10 fingers. Looks like a baby.
I do have an ability that allows me to identify weaknesses and basically know what things are. I have to make an investigation check for it, but it doesn't work on humanoids. It works on sorry, I'm trying to find it. Fiends, aberrations, essentially everything except for a humanoid or an animal.
Go ahead and roll me an investigation check.
Yeah.
Okay. That is a 27.
Fucking A.
I have advantage and expertise.
Yep.
That image that you were able to see through this, essentially this orb giving you guys X-ray magic vision.
I brought X-ray magic vision too.
Hey.
You know that it is.
You brought quickscent. That you won.
Dude,
Okay.
that's some roll for common sense.
Yes.
roll for Muggle. That child is an abomination as far as anything that you have ever heard of. It is a mixture of celestial, of aberration, of fiendish. It is. But you look, and it's just a baby. But it is so much more.
I'm just a baby.
I'm just a baby.
Just a baby.
But there's a strong aberrational, but a mix of everything else.
Y'all, listen, we got a couple choices before this spell ends. And she just holds up the ball. If this thing is something that we think it is, it's gonna destroy the fucking world, we got some choices. And clearly spells can work. At least we can see and understand. If we can cast through it, this may actually be our chance to do some things. Like bind it, banish all 3 of them.
Little baby's foot kicks.
Is there somewhere we can send it where that thing isn't going to be destructive? Maybe they need a devil.
It's like 8th devil. That's fine.
You what?
It's only like 8th devil. You know.
I have a really dumb idea, but it might work out really well.
Me too. Let's go.
Start
Keep doing it. Yep.
Crate.
Just keep scraping. Keep scraping.
And you guys are like, it's weird because at one point, like, you walk around the couple while you're doing the quick crete. Like,
Yep.
this is so weird.
Yep.
How long does
Walk
the
through
true
them.
sight like
10
scrying?
minutes. That's why
10
I'm
minutes.
talking
Yeah.
fast. I have 10
You
minutes.
guys are just doing this, and
talk.
just like, and they're just like, they're just talking about, when he gets here, he's gonna make it so much better. And the mother goes, I know, it's gonna be so beautiful. It's okay. We're gonna get through this.
It's beautiful. It's great.
Just breathe. Just breathe.
Hunter's gonna kind of let them talk about it for a moment. I'll spend the point to do it because it was part of the same check. It gets a deception check. The baby does if it wants to make it.
It wouldn't know to deceive you.
Yeah. I learned, I know it's creature type. I guess I learned its armor class, resistances, immunities. It has, and any spells it is under the effect of.
It is not under the effect of any spells.
Great.
It has resistance to radiant.
Great.
The weakness is it's a baby. AC is 0. It's a baby.
Right. But it can keep a pair of keys away from you.
Yeah.
Oh, God,
with
yeah.
exceeding skill.
Doing this. While you don't get the, since it tells you how much or what spells he's under the effect of, it seems like a minor spell of like warding, of just like a simple awareness is probably the better word. It has an awareness of threats around it.
Okay.
Like the spell of alarm, but only for threats, if that makes sense.
Yes. Yep. You please continue with your bad
That'd be a
ideas.
bad idea. Let's go.
AC-45. You can't hit me.
Gotta send it to Mama.
You what?
Send it to Mama.
That's what I was
Have
thinking.
it raised far away from here.
I think you're gonna have to send the daddy with it, though. He's the one doing this, and he's not gonna stop trying. Look at them. Can we send all 3 of them somewhere, and fucking where?
Not to be that person, but
Yes,
but if
Father.
they're the reason that everybody has to exodus and a fuck ton of people died, I'm okay killing that baby.
At least somebody said it.
I mean, yeah, but also the baby doesn't know it's bad. Guess.
Pixie, your Bex sees from outside the window. Now, you're on the roof, but your vision right now is as if you were inside of. You look out the window, and you swear that 1, you're way too high up, and 2, that's an elf sitting outside the window. Like a high elf, not a wood elf.
Do I recognize this elf from back when
You don't.
Okay.
You don't.
We don't have
Make
to kill
me
the person who sent us here. Like this wasn't a fucking trap.
make an intelligence check
I think I will. I think I'll
Pixie.
use. I think I'll use.
or a
that.
history check, whichever one you would like.
It's Brittany.
It's Brittany, bitch.
It's Brittany, bitch.
Yes.
Hold on a second. Time out. I have a quick question.
Yes.
We were told we had until sundown in lore.
Sundown lore time, yeah.
Right. What time did we arrive? in
Sundown for when
Perth.
you arrived, it was roughly sun up.
It was sun up. Okay.
And then when
Great.
you arrived, it was sundown.
So, real quick, just between us, because we
Mhm.
said it was almost sundown.
Mm-hmm.
Do we all think that in about whatever it is until sundown, we're gonna disappear or go back, or do we think that's tomorrow? Because I'm pretty sure we're running out of sundowns.
I'm hoping it's tomorrow, but either way, we should probably do this now to stop it. I don't think we should wait till tomorrow. It looks like it's happening tonight.
Great.
21 on my history check, by the way.
It's something in the eyes. It's almost like they could be related to Calyria. The ages don't match up, but it looks, there's a familial resemblance there.
Roll for genetics, got it.
Mm-hmm. And you guys would know, like, the baby is not coming tonight. It's more like it's soon. It's talking about maybe tomorrow on Y2K.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I mean, it's taken this guy, what, 3 days, 4 days to carve this shit? So we quick create it for now. We stay up here. He tries to come up here, redo it. We just shank him. Get it out of the way.
I feel like we should probably ask some questions first. If
We
we're here-
can.
I mean, if we're here to find out why, and it's some demon thing that implanted that, it might try again with another human host. We should probably figure that out.
Well, or we know enough and we tell them what we know and have them take care of it.
And have them come back here and pull a Moses and try to kill every single baby born on this earth just in case? We saw what they were willing to do to
very
stop
common
this
thing
from
to do.
happening. We should figure out a couple more specifics so they don't just go on a mass genocide of all children being born on this night.
Well, we know
That's
it's
fair.
not all of them. We know it's this one.
We know it's this one right now, but if we go back and tell them it was this one, and there's some bigger force trying to get something here, they're going to keep trying if we don't figure out who they are.
The summoning circle. Does it have any language in it? Like actual written languages in it?
Abyssal,
Okay.
fiendish,
Mhm.
celestial, draconic, deep speech.
I can read all of those.
Yeah.
because I can read
Of course
all.
you can.
I
Yes.
can read all
Bring,
written
and it's
languages.
always bring forth the spark of life. Bring forth the seed of evil. Bring forth the gift of good. It's all these different bring forth, bring forth, bring forth. And it's
Gotcha,
all
okay.
something from each. But what strikes you,
Is there any
does Hunter
biblical-
mention what the baby is? Like a bunch of different things.
Yeah.
That looks like it's already started with the child.
What?
That is the summoning circle already been used? Because it's already in the, or is it trying to strengthen that? Is when you're talking, when you're looking at that, is like the baby already has this stuff, but this circle is trying to call in more strength into the baby. Would be your belief.
Yeah.
They summon the baby.
Summon whatever it is that's being put into the baby, I assume.
Well, I figure
But-
if you open any doors to any place where all of those things are, then the baby has an easier way to access that energy. So we're just waiting on Dad. Is that the deal?
I guess so.
In the last 10 minutes, can I discern in the last minute, 30 seconds, whatever, because it's been up for a while.
Yeah.
Can I discern the location?
Oh yeah, it's literally like one, maybe 2 floors beneath you where you're at right now.
Oh,
Because
okay.
if you
Oh.
point to-
Got it.
it's he's in the apartment building that you guys are
Oh.
currently at.
Got
It's
it.
his
So he's
apartment
so
building.
across the street, because I thought we were on the fire roof house,
No,
firehouse roof,
It's the apartment.
or is it the hotel roof?
It's the apartment
Because you
building.
walked up there to check the plant and all that stuff. I just assume you guys all went together everywhere.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And when you're quick reading, it's on the
Barrett
roof.
roof.
The
Yes.
The
apartment
Ghostbuster
building.
roof?
Yes.
The Ghostbuster roof.
Sorry, you were
It's on the
using
Ghostbuster
multiple,
roof.
you were using
Yeah.
multiple terms because you said this was an apartment complex and then you said hotel. We did not know that this was a hotel.
Sorry, I'm
thought
sorry.
this was an
You
apartment
guys were at the
complex.
hotel. When you're quick reading all that stuff, it's in
Yeah.
the rune etching the summoning circle on top of the Barrett building.
Apartment.
Yes, that's
Gotcha.
right. And
Which
so
is
they
the
are so
apartments.
they live in the Barrett building
They are
downstairs.
in the apartments.
That's what
They're
I-
1 to 2 stories or 1 to 2 floors down from the roof access.
Below us.
He
Oh.
manages the hotel we were staying at across the street, but he lives here.
Yes.
Got it.
No, when I was telling you guys, I'm sorry. When I was telling you guys, like, have you recognized this guy? Yes. Every time you went to the building to check out the roof, to
Mhm.
scope it out, you've seen this guy. Always
it.
like, oh, hey. You know, we love it.
Oh.
That was my
That makes
poor
more sense.
explanation. I'm
Understood.
sorry.
No, you're
Yep.
fine.
Yep.
You're fine. Okay.
I could try something, but I have to like touch her tummy.
Hers? Alright.
Yeah.
Oh, also, anyone want to look down and see if that fucking elf is actually here in real life? Go check the down. Look.
The elf, the visual of the elf was
Yeah.
outside of the apartment building's window, so
Yeah.
you'd
So
be
if we
able to
just
look
look
Yeah,
at
that's
it.
what
over
I'm just
the-
saying. That's what
yeah.
I'm saying. Could someone go check, by the way, see if that's real?
You see,
Now I'm gonna use my wild to turn to an owl to
There
go
you
Okay.
go.
and
Yep.
check.
as you fly over very quickly, you see what looks like an older take, like a pre-Exodus take on like elven assassin armor. But it's roll me a history check from Rhea.
Yeah, that +0 is gonna do real good for me.
Don't know.
That's a 17.
Hey.
Okay.
That's you recognize that it is. You've seen your mothers have this armor before.
What?
Of caregiving. That ladies in this armor showed up when you were a kid to give your mom, one of your moms, a baby to watch for a little bit. And this happened frequently as a kid. Similar armor.
Is the window open?
The window's not open. She's literally scaling the side of the wall as
Oh.
she is an elf scaling the side of an apartment building as you're looking at her. But you've
Like a
seen that
fucking
armor,
creep.
that type of armor before.
I am simply gonna fly right next to her and just glare at her as she's climbing.
And she's like, she kind of like flutters her hand away and tries to dodge the open windows and like the windows that don't have a curtain in front of them. She's trying to
I don't have
gauge.
messages or anything. It's just an owl glaring at her.
And she kind of flutters like, tries to get you away, and then notices that you're not going away, and she just looks very confused. Who the fuck are you?
Who?
That's what I. Oh, you son of a bitch! You're a fucking owl. Up top, and she sits there and like almost like army crawls a certain type of way to get up the side of the building, and she leans over and tries to crawl up, and then she sees the three of you all standing there.
Yeah, and an owl.
And like, and it's very clearly a very elf person with real long ears.
I'm gonna turn back into me, but I'm not gonna try to be human.
Okay. And a very changeling appearance.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're from home base. What are
Thought
you guys
they didn't
doing
send
here?
anybody else.
What are you doing here?
I've been here for 50 years. They didn't.
That's a long
Is-
time.
is it
Some
time?
shit's about to happen, man.
Okay.
Why were you, the fuck? Is
Yeah,
my
that question.
Well, okay, so are you guys not from the African branch?
No.
Are you guys from Europe? You speak with an English accent.
I'm from.
I don't.
Where does Hunter's accent come from?
It's the
America.
middle of the
Like,
U.S.
yeah.
Like,
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like you guys have like I'm sorry,
I'm
an
from-
American accent.
right. I mean, it's a flat,
Yeah.
stage neutral American
I'm
accent. Like he
from-
doesn't. DC not real known for its
Yeah.
colloquialism, I suppose.
Um,
I'm
did you
from
get-
Lore. Where are you from?
okay. When did you all get here? Are you all from Lore?
No,
Sort
just
of.
saying. Kind
Give or
of.
take.
No fucking way.
For a little bit.
So you're not.
27 years, not a little bit. First of all,
Also,
you're
what?
not-
does
23.
she notice that she has walked into the flickering
She hasn't
light?
walked over. She is over top of the edge of the roof, and
We
that
are
is as
still
far as
in
she's
the
gotten.
we are still in the middle of a hologram of downstairs.
Oh, I thought that had
It
expired.
was
'cause
about
only
to.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought
Oh.
it was
10
about
minutes.
to. It was 10 minutes.
Oh,
Yeah, I
I'm
didn't know if
so-
it was still. Yeah.
By the time that she
Sorry,
leans
it's
over the
so
edge
rude.
and
Then
she
it's
gets
gone.
up, the
Good. That's
hologram
what
is
I wanted to make
expired.
sure. Good.
Sorry.
I'm gonna flip down my goggles. Very similar to the ball thingy. I
Mhm.
can see if it's shape changed in any way, and
Totally just an elf.
cool. Just double checking. See invisible.
Different body structure, like musculoskeletal structure than most elves you've seen.
Okay.
Like shorter, more broad,
Okay.
instead of
What?
lithe and like aerodynamic, like the elves of Lore. It's almost
Are there elves here?
there's always yes. Okay, so why are you all here if you don't know what the fuck is going on?
What do you think's going on?
All right, we don't
I'm-
have time for this. She is going to cast Zone of Truth. She's
Okay.
fucking done. She's.
And then 15 minutes later, you guys really quickly understand each other.
Yeah.
She is from an elven line that has been here for thousands of years.
Nice.
There are Lorian beings who have come here through different points in history and stayed.
I
This
stole
is
your favorite skinny jeans.
what?
What?
Wait, what?
I stole your favorite pair of skinny jeans.
Oh no.
And she's here to investigate any potential threats to Lore. That's kind of what they do. They don't have a lot of contact, but that is their goal here. Ever since portals opened up millennia ago, and that they believe that this guy is a danger to Lore, and so
Yeah.
they're just going to kill him.
Oh,
And you guys tell him everything, and okay,
Listen, here's
we're not killing the fucking baby.
no.
Why not?
Well, because if they were
Because it's a
sent...
baby.
Wait, hang on. Also, if you were... Wait, weren't you sent here to kill it?
Don't kill him. Any potential threats to lore. He's our new potential threat because he's trying to do some. There's no way anybody here knows what fucking draconic and that's celestial. They're not like, oh, angels. I mean celestials.
Well, then hang on for a second, because if there was a prophecy that sent the four of us back, but you were already gonna fix whatever it was, obviously you failed at whatever you're about to do, so you need to not do that this time. Otherwise, why the fuck would they have sent us back in the first place?
Okay.
Yeah.
So
you're
here's
not
my
supposed-
plan.
So you're not supposed to kill Creepy Daddy. Apparently.
Maybe. Here's my plan. You tell me where you guys would like to change that plan. Kill him. He has knowledge that he's not supposed to have. So he dead. Going to search his premises. Find everything that could possibly be tied to lore.
Oh, I know exactly what they are. That's not a problem. Done.
Outstanding. We'll talk about that. And then take the woman and the child back with us.
Okay.
Oh, where?
I don't think this child
to
can
base.
stay on this plane.
Mm-mm.
This child can't stay here.
No.
Oh,
Yeah, the baby's
okay.
like not a human baby.
I also
Yeah, that
think
doesn't mean it dies.
any attempt you make to take it across
Okay.
may tear
That's
open those
weird.
portals. But just to give you a frame of reference, 6 billion people in the world right now, 30 million
Survive.
survive. So,
What prophecy is this?
No, it's our
Oh no,
lives.
that's not a prophecy. Yeah, that just happened.
yeah.
Just
Like
happened.
23 years. Yeah, it just
happens in
it
about
happened.
12 hours.
Yeah.
And then 23 years later, we are sent
her
back
nose bleeds.
because of a prophecy.
So fair.
And
Yeah.
That's so valid.
What?
All of us.
Sympathetic nosebleed.
Yeah.
I'd pull out some handkerchiefs and just let you guys go.
so that's my point, is if we were sent back to stop whatever that was for a reason, and you were planning on just murdering Daddy and taking the baby, to Africa, you said?
Well, there's bases around. There's bases around the world for us.
That is obviously the wrong course of action. So,
Or it's the right course of action. We go back and change it, and that's what sets everything off. I don't like timey-wimey stuff.
Other nostril.
oh god, Hunter's just gonna bleed out. We gotta stop.
Ears.
All right.
Okay. Why don't one of you all take the baby? Who
Oh,
wants to be a
where?
mom or dad?
I'll
We
take
open-
the baby.
I already have a light tooth.
I mean, look, I can't take him back to base.
I'll take him.
Give me a persuasion check.
Real quick.
Yes.
I'm gonna kind of pull the other two aside. Just real quick.
21.
What are the chances that the baby just has a bad reaction with any portal and not specifically this portal? Can one of you perhaps think in an arcane way and tell me the answer to that question?
I think I can.
Yeah.
Could I do some arcana checks? About
Same.
Fucking yeah. Yes, please. Can we both
Roll an arcana check. She
Yeah.
does not look at you, Rhea, with a lot of confidence that you could just raise a possibly destructive being, or that you would know what to do with it.
Rude. I've raised cattle. I can raise a baby. It's the same
It's
thing.
true. I mean, I can raise a cow. I can raise a devil. Okay.
I can raise a cow.
I can raise a dragon. You can raise a devil. What'd you get?
21 arcana.
21. Okay.
22 arcana.
Yeah.
You get the
So
impression.
we are right there, yeah.
You get the impression that yes, you could take the baby through the portal. It shouldn't. Two different types of magic. It shouldn't, like, interplanar is different than like interdimensional beings kind of deal. And that the biggest thing is when you think about being able to take the baby through is, do we take the mom with the baby? And like that mom is fucking psycho, wants to raise this baby to be whatever this is.
Right, mom's on board.
Mm-hmm.
But the baby's innocent.
Well, we could always take them both now before the event happens and then kill her when he's born.
They were kind of talking like like the baby was supposed to be born on New Year's.
Yeah.
Is what it sounded like. So we could also just
I mean, that's when the event happens too, so if we don't get the timing right.
I'm going to tell you guys something. We have other chapters. This is not me. I'm not a sanguine hunter. That's a little gross. But I say we perform a C-section.
Yeah.
Whoever survives, survives. And whoever doesn't.
I hate that.
And we...
Roll me a dexterity check.
Me?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Oh God, you're about to get bitch slapped, aren't you?
Sure. All right.
What the fuck is the...
There's my roller. Doo-ba-doo, ba-doo-ba-doo.
Dexterity.
23 on Dex.
She rears back like she's gonna slap you,
Mhm.
and she reads something on you that you realize that she's about to slap the shit out of you.
Mhm.
And maybe it's just a slight move or the parry that's about to come or just you catching it out of your vision, that she stops herself and is a little surprised that you were going to notice that she was going to slap you.
Yeah.
Are you a surgeon?
No.
Sounds like a great idea to not do. Oh, they picked you guys to come here? Oh, you said prophecy.
yeah.
Oh, you're one of those groups. Lovely.
Yeah, well, you're one of the people that fails and causes several billion people to die, so I don't want to hear it.
Push you off this
That's-
roof right now.
That's fair. Well, I mean, that's
What time is it?
it's probably about 5 o'clock.
I'm gonna
Then-
make sure this baby's born.
How far is the nearest hospital?
Hospital?
Close by, if you wanted the baby to be born in a hospital. But you do notice, like, it looks like they're fully prepared to give birth at home.
Yeah, no, that's the problem. Not giving birth at home. Not giving birth at the 11th hour either.
Fair.
You don't have a prophecy baby early. They come on time, right?
Yeah.
But
I mean, yeah.
we also live in 1999. I know we can cut a baby out safely.
Yeah, you can 100% take the baby, the mom to the hospital and have the baby be delivered early.
I mean, the one problem with that is that most of the time for an early C-section, something has to be happening for the doctors to be like, ah, yes, a C-section, and or the mom has to be like, C-section me. We can't, as a group, go in with this pregnant lady and say,
C-section her.
hey, C-section her. Perform a cesarean on this woman right now.
So is the plan to take the baby to the hospital now to be born early?
I mean, I'm about to get real weird, but I stopped myself. It's fine.
Are we killing the bad guy?
Listen,
I don't
I've
see
done
why
this to a
not.
lot of animals before. Emergency things that have to happen. Here's what we do: we polymorph the mom. I can C-section the baby. and
I
then
will
we get
100%
out.
give you advantage on a medical roll. I will 100% give you advantage on a medical roll because you're so good with animals to be able to give birth to a human
That's
I
kind of
can
weird.
or
do
to
it.
assist in the birth of a human.
I
to
can do
another
it. I can deliver a baby.
100% could.
I grab it. I get out of here.
You grab it, we get out of here.
Yeah, that. Mysterious person I haven't met before. Sure.
Yeah, I know that we've had Zone of Truth up. But can I
Yep.
just do an insight check on this person?
100%.
This
She
is so...
It's almost like she is just telling you exactly what you need because she's not trying to play any tricks because it's 15 minutes till end of game.
I mean,
She's
yeah,
being
but
completely
still,
honest and forthright. She will
it's
100%
just
thinks the best
weird.
idea is for her to take the baby back to Lore.
Okay.
I am about to become a mother, and this is fine with me.
Okay, let's
Yes,
go get that mom.
Hunter / Cody has some
Oh,
concerns.
I was gonna say I could maybe dimension door the baby.
I know. I was thinking about using banishment on the mom, and the baby stays, or some weird nonsense.
I have teleportation. I'll
Hey,
get
look,
out there with the baby.
there's magical ways to do this. If you think that is a possibility, that
Oh,
the
I mean,
baby
I'm
would
not-
be willing to stay.
I'm not good with it, but yeah, let's get the baby out of the mom.
Okay. Are
Are
we doing hospital or are we doing magic?
Here, hospital. No hospital. We'll have to convince or murder a fuck ton of people. They will call the police. We have to do it here.
Okay.
I had compulsion, but it only works on
Yeah,
beasts. So
like,
I was gonna
I have
straight
a-
up be like, deliver.
No, but then again, it's nurses and anesthesiologists and the staff. They're all gonna have to let us in. Like even in 1999, there was still security in hospitals. Like,
So, here's what we're gonna do.
I'm gonna disguise myself as their midwife and then go.
I want you to know that the way that I envision this going is not this way. Like I wrote it in a book, and this is not it. And this is the best thing ever. Like Quickcrete, fucking. I didn't think of that. Like, how could anybody ruin this? Like, it's a bunch of adventurers.
You can restart this entire book now
exactly.
from this position and be like,
Yeah.
so and so had the weirdest birth of all time. He didn't remember it, but stories were told for generations after.
Yeah.
Like,
So go ahead.
listen, here's what we need to do. To be quite fucking honest.
Tell me what you're gonna do.
We either have to all go break in to that apartment, and half of us have to deal with restraining Daddy and taking away the magic items. I know what they are. I can handle him.
Or
And
we're
the
gonna
other
kill
ones
him.
have to go take care of Mama. And we all have to be prepared to just GTFO as soon as everything's
It is my job to make sure this baby comes out safely.
Exactly. Look,
Um,
we got
That is
jobs,
what
it's
I
fine.
am focused
Yep,
on.
Yep.
Beck, you have a wider variety of magic than I do. I can grab the dad.
You can grab the dad. I will help with his grabbing his magic items away from him.
That's fine.
Cause that's fine. That's fine. I'm here to. I'm a versatile caster and helper. Get the fucking amulet off his neck,
Cool.
and I'll grab the magic book.
All right.
Shall we also, just as a thought, flanking approach? I can go in through. Some of us can fly in through windows, and some of us can go in through doors, and we can just sort of time our surprise.
I'm going to turn on the ability of Danos goggles to see through walls because the concrete is not a foot thick stone, I'm guessing.
Yeah, no.
So I can see where he is,
Mm-hmm.
and when
Funny
the
enough,
time
he's right
comes,
below you.
Yeah.
great.
Like he's only 1 floor down.
Yeah.
Great. I will cast Dimension Door behind him and grab him and pull him through.
Oh, that works too.
And to go up to the roof.
So that he is on the roof with us, and then Dimension Door closes.
Mm-hmm.
And then, this is my full plan. I would use an action to cast Anti-Magic Field on the roof. And then I can
And then you just
murder
wrestle
him
and
with
murderize him up
ease.
there. While the rest of us tackle the room and the everything.
Okay.
Sure.
This is what I get for giving you guys 10 fucking levels.
You also gave
So-
us legendary
No, this
goddamn
is
items.
purely-
Like,
this is
100%.
an item. This
Yeah.
is a
No.
terribly, or 2 items. This is terribly
I've
overpowered
used
Look,
one
I
of
was
my
derailed
items.
from Quickcrete. I didn't have to
I
do
used
legendary
one of
items.
my
You
items.
used.
Oh, what?
Yep.
I mean,
A human
they
item, a
wonderful
non-magic
items.
human item.
Yeah. No, look, guys. Every adventure needs a bag of Quickcrete. I'm just telling
Yeah.
you now.
From now on,
Um,
yes, magical quickcrete.
No
So-
more rope. Just quick.
Yeah. No.
So I'd like to say when the time is right, because 2 of us can owl down to the window. Matthew can go in through the door.
Yeah.
Like a normal person, kick down the fucking door. And then we can as soon as we have that, the yoink will be our cue to go. Because he can see from the roof when you and I are in position, and Matthew, he can see through the walls when Matthew gets there. He can see all of that. So when we're in place, he can yoink, and then I'm assuming the mom will shriek, and Matthew will know it is his time to enter, and we will also enter. hi, hello, we're here to protect you. We're here to deliver your baby. It's fine. The question is, if we're trying to force a birth, we gotta do something to force it out
I
early.
think.
Prophecy says it's being born tomorrow.
Yeah.
I don't know how to tell you, as someone who's the oldest of 8 siblings, you scare her mom big enough.
Great, let's
She
try
will
it.
in fact just go into labor.
Yeah.
Let's
That's
try it.
valid.
Great.
I
So-
think we did it.
So
All
is that
right.
everybody's plan?
I believe so. And
As-
we.
Okay.
Yes.
As a note,
Yeah.
DM,
Mm-hmm.
if things start to go awry,
What if?
Mhm.
There's nothing that can go wrong with this plan
Quick
at all.
read. You use
Well,
quick read.
yeah, I just quick create the mom. No,
Carbonite.
no, my Christopher's full plan, if things do not seem to be going correctly, is to murder the mom and the baby.
Fair enough.
Just
like
so that you know, he's not going to go out of his way to do it.
But
But
if shit
if-
starts getting.
If the baby starts coming out
Yeah.
and trying to claw somebody to death because it's
Yeah.
a fucking demon baby, Christopher will kill it.
If there's,
Fair enough.
I'd say wait till there's magical interference.
Of
in
course,
the world,
yeah.
and
Monster
it's
baby
stuck, you know.
equals enemy baby. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
I'm
I think
also gonna, so you know, I'm gonna conjure minor elementals. So I get 2 gargoyles to help hold the bomb down.
Okay.
This is not at all traumatic. All right.
okay. I think I've seen that in Ghostbusters
Let's
where
go.
it was
Amazing.
Yeah.
okay. So I think the person that's gonna have to start us off is let's do a dexterity check for Hunter. Only just to see how close you can get to him from jumping down, teleporting at this distance with X-ray vision.
He's not jumping. He's just grabbing. He's dimension dooring right behind the man and reaching through it.
Sure,
meant,
I
like-
can.
Jumping, teleporting.
Yeah, I got you.
Oh god.
A flat dex check is a 22.
Holy shit.
Oh hell yeah! It like jumping out of a tree and landing just beside somebody. You dimension door down, grab him, and as you're teleporting back up, time starts to slow down. As the mom shrieks, and the belly of the mom begins to glow,
There
and
it is.
just there's a pulse, and when that pulse hits you, time begins to slow down. And then you are dimension doored back to the roof with this guy.
That is why it can sense danger. It can sense inherent danger, even within the womb.
Mm-hmm. The dimension door is an instantaneous action.
Yep.
And
we fly in. Let's fucking
Okay.
go.
Anti-magic field on the roof.
boom. He is struggling, but you have never fought anyone in your life that was so inept at fighting.
Yeah.
You quickly realized this is just a dude. He's not
Yep.
some magical spellcaster or grand sorcerer. He's just a fucking idiot that found a book.
Speaking of which, that's what I go to look for. And go. Yeah.
You grab the book.
What
You
is
stick
it?
it in your.
No,
It
I
is a
look.
tome. It is a tome that is, just as you reach to grab it and look at it, your mind is still looking at it. You lose control of your body
Fuck.
as the time stop hits you
Oh, okay.
Oh.
because you've made it into the apartment at this point, and it is just magical writing all across of it, and you can't see. What languages do you speak?
I would speak not many. It's just like common and like
Okay.
Sylvan or some shit.
It is definitely a language in which you do not speak.
Yeah.
But it is almost assuredly a book of spells.
Yeah. How the fuck does he know how to say this? Her mind thinks while her body's stuck and she gets very annoyed.
Now, roll me a dexterity or a constitution save.
Natural 20!
Nice.
You,
Yeah.
as you're
shit!
thinking this, you start to fall forward out of the time stop. So, Christopher, are you going in?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Are you going in as well, Rhea?
Yeah.
Okay. Give me a constitution save from both of you.
I think
18?
Okay.
I thought I had something about a saving throw, but I do not. You said a con save?
Yes, please.
A 15?
Okay, you both actually make it. There's a struggle for you. You feel like you run into this invisible force, and it's almost like this jello. You hit it, and you start to struggle to move, and then you fall through whatever force that was. The mom is locked in motion, or locked in place, motionless. But you see the baby kick again.
It's gonna make pushing.
And
real
her belly
hard.
is definitely glowing.
It means it's an animal birth. You gotta help.
Gotta get her out of the thing first. Yeah.
You see the elven assassin, who, you know there's something else there. Rhea runs over next to this woman, leans in, starts placing her hands along the belly, and says, "Okay, my name is called Rhea. I'll take care of you."
What are you
And
doing?
just making sure the mother is okay and then the baby is okay. And you see her like watching her hands. She is just feeling. She's not pressing. There's no magic. There's just, and you get the impression that she's not trying to hurt the baby or the mom.
Okay. Ray comes over and tries to move the mom in whatever comfortable position that she can at the moment.
Kind of lay her down on the couch.
Yeah.
But she was talking to the baby. She wasn't talking to the mom.
Yeah.
Yeah, just fucking elf.
Yeah, it's
I
still
don't
weird.
like it.
Yep, still weird.
I rolled her stats. I'll tell you later.
I don't like her.
Does Cody manage to get that amulet off him? I'm assuming, since he just is.
Yeah.
Yeah. No issue. Yoink. Like.
100%. Like this no magic bubble. Like you feel is a little overkill.
Can I do an
because
insight
he's like
check on
kicking.
this elf?
Like what's that?
Can I do an insight check on this elf seeing that?
Yeah. You can do an insight check on her.
It's gonna be a 27.
There's this look of maternal protection that
Yeah.
she is giving this baby. I don't want to tell you that this elf is the mother of the child. She's not. Obviously, that's the mother of this child.
Yeah.
However, it is from a look of pure innocence and like protection. There doesn't look to be anything malevolent there.
Yeah. Okay.
She is not personable though.
It's fair.
So, I want you to go ahead and roll me, Rhea, a medicine check.
You said an advantage, correct?
Yep, you're gonna add your proficiency as well. Even if you're not proficient in medical, you are proficient in animal birth. I don't know how to take care of you afterwards, but I can get you out. You grew up on a farm. You've done this before.
The 26.
Okay.
Nice.
You know that she's going to have to be out of this time stop to be able to give the baby the best chance.
I cast a spell magic.
Okay. Spell magic. So you have your gargoyles down with you, and they have moved over and are holding this woman down.
Yeah.
The moment you dispel magic, she screams, sees you all materialize in front of her,
Yeah, that's fair.
and is speechless. Don't.
Hey. We're here to deliver your baby, make sure he's safe.
It's not time. It's not time. It's not time.
It has to be time.
Bad things are gonna happen.
Bad things are gonna happen if it doesn't happen now.
Okay. Now roll me 2 medicine checks.
I thought I just ended up
Is
doing it
Matthew
again.
in the room? Seeing that she's agreeing and she doesn't have to cast weird shit, she hands him the book immediately.
I was
Fuck is this?
literally about to ask you if I could have
she's
it.
100% just like, hey, you! Not my area. Alright, take it.
18 plus 18, 19, 20, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27.
Jesus Christ.
I have great medicine.
You do a very good job
Shit.
at calming her down, letting her know that she is going to be okay, and you're going to get her through this. And you begin. everything is going as it should. You give her all the instructions. He's following them. There gets to be about a point where she's got to really push. She does, but you feel the baby not wanting to come out.
Bex, get me a towel.
Got you one better. May I cast Dominate Person on the baby? Please.
Do you cast Dominate Person on the
Yes.
baby?
Yes, I do.
Okay. What do you tell it?
Get out.
It does not work.
God damn it. Okay.
It is not a person.
It is a demon baby. So, Rhea starts to
Which is the funniest.
speak
Get out, and it doesn't happen. Like, why did you think that was gonna work? I use magic.
I love
Okay.
it though. I love it.
I also have Dominate Creature on that same one. Would that count?
Okay.
Like, would I know, I was trying to given
Yes, you would use Dominate Creature if you have it. It
Yes.
works. The baby releases you don't actually have to roll for the birth giving part at this point.
Yeah.
Because baby's like not fighting you, and it was.
Since some people said a lot of demon things lately. Rhea is just very softly speaking in like a mixture of abyssal and primordial. It's gonna be okay. You're gonna have a wonderful life. We're gonna tell you all the fun things we're gonna do in the lore in the forest, and
No, don't take my baby. No.
you speak abyssal and primordial. That's concerning.
I want to know if that book says what bad things will happen and why she believes this so badly.
Okay. So here's how we will wrap this up then, and I will tell you exactly what happens. I want you to do me one last perception check as a group as I wrap things up, because it is the hard out. You guys
24.
pretty much 24. You pretty much have to subdue the mother in a way she's left without remembering much of what happens. You get the impression that you try to dispel magic on her, because she seems to be under some sort of trance, and it's not. It's just devotion, almost in a cult-like fashion. But you leave her speechless, where she can't scream for help, as you guys take the baby. What does Hunter do with this guy on top of the roof?
Hunter, I don't know, concusses him.
Okay. There is 2 portals on this planet that you know of. There's the one you guys came through, the basketball court, and you guys remember the portals that you guys took to get out the first time. You don't know which portal would be the best. Do you want to go through the one you came through?
Christopher will mention to everybody, now that we are approaching about the right time, that whenever they arrived, he saw everybody leaving
So
from
yeah,
Atlanta.
great. Back to Atlanta we go.
Did we, whenever looking back at it, did Christopher notice a demon baby in Rhea's arms?
You don't notice that, but you don't know if it was just the angle or you just didn't realize it.
Gotcha.
With your
Okay,
20,
that's fine.
21.
That's fine.
You get word through listening as you travel through back to Atlanta that the storm never stopped coming. And it is very close to being Y2K New Year's Eve by the time you make it back to Atlanta. Who rolled what for perception? Cody, you got a 1, right?
21.
21. Okay.
Yeah.
24.
24.
Did y'all want me to kill Dad?
That
I
was
killed
a
Dad.
20. It was for perception. It was a 22, but it was a natural 20. Plus
Okay.
2.
23.
You all, as he says that, you finally make it back. You're running through this open portal. You look over and you see yourselves come through. Another portal. Just, you have to get the baby through. There's not enough time. It's almost New Year's Eve. And as New York City would hear the ball drop, the countdown expiring, as we hear that in the background as our little heroes run the baby through the portal. And the thunder rolls. And up in the sky, we see a little pearlescent bulb expand. And that's where we're going to end, with you guys successfully returning the baby to lore.
But not stopping the apocalypse?
But not stopping the apocalypse.
Fucking shit.
Damn it.
God damn it.
Kill the baby.
No! This is
Yes.
my baby now.
Oh.
I named him Kit. He's beautiful. Leave him alone.
Oh, God,
One does not simply one-shot D&D. I know, but we had to try tonight.
Oh my
So
God.
there, we've established timey-wimey, wibbly-wobbly greatness, so if we want to go back and try this again, we can always do that
Oh my God.
on a longer scale. So thank you guys so much tonight. I appreciate you guys being here as a little trip down Y2K and demons.
Quick.
And demons.
And demons.
And
But
demons.
we're gonna say goodnight quickly tonight because we have people who have to get to bed, but
Yeah,
see y'all later.
we'll see you guys next week.
Bye.